Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The Milwaukee Brewers even up their series with the Tampa Bay Rays with a 6-2 victory at American Family Field last night. Brandon Woodruff gets the win on the mound for Milwaukee, making his first start of the season. Rubber game of the three-game set this afternoon, 12:40 first pitch. Pre-game coverage starts just afternoon following Wilde and Tausch right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Jacob Mizorowski, the Brewers' opening day starter, the Miz on the mound for the Crew, will join either Kyle Bruston Nortman or more likely Jim Matt and Molly after the conclusion of the Brewers game this afternoon here on 100.5 ESPN. Both shows will be streaming, available on YouTube. NBA, how about this night for the Bucks? They beat the Mavericks 123-99, and Doc Rivers is going to be in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, inducted as part of the class of 2026. He'll be officially inducted into the Hall of Fame later this year. Wilde and Tausch starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Wednesday edition. The Jesse's favorite holiday, April Fool's edition. It's Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. We get Bryan Bulaga, we get Steve the Homer True, and we're smarter for it. At least when we have Bulaga edition. And I am quoting here from Ed Policy, he is the best coach for the Green Bay Packers at this point in time. I'd like to unpack that a little bit. Edition of Wilde and Tausch, a 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, stupendous, phenomenal, fantastic, all free and all customizable ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And so is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm with Jesse on this. Groundhog Day, we disagree vehemently. Groundhog Day is dumb.
He loves it. You don't.
I think he loves it for now. I think he's going to come around as he ages and matures. No, you will.
I'm 34.
Jimmy really nailed it this year.
It doesn't matter.
Jimmy did nail it this year,
What
by
do you
the
mean
way.
We got a
nailed it?
26-inch snowstorm.
Yeah. within the 6-week period.
Jimmy's full of blank.
He didn't say winter ends today. He said 6 more weeks. We got 6 more weeks. Now look at it. Beautiful.
It's 30 degrees.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay. So we disagree on that. April Fool's is dumb. And it's gotten dumber with the internet and with the misinformation age is what we're in. We're already, I'll look at something and I'll say, was this AI generated? Is this full of baloney? Who's the source? All this other stuff. And now you add another layer to it. April Fool's was fun when it was, some fun pranks. I don't want to be all fuddy-duddy, but April Fool's needs to go to way at a white buffalo. And I know there's been some genetic improvements in order to bring back the white buffalo and or the woolly mammoth. I'm not interested. I want this dead. I want to kill it. I want it over. It should be done. Could I be more clear?
You could not be more clear. I'm told that our show is better when we disagree, but I am totally Team Tausch on this. It was fun when, the Badger Herald would put a story out that U2 was coming to play Camp Randall.
Didn't they? And they ended up coming.
And then they ended up coming several years later, yes.
So, and I think I'm not going to give out free advertising, even though they serve custard. But I think this is something for companies to throw out trial balloons like Mark Murphy used to do.
Oh, the curd burger is what you're talking about, isn't it?
I'm not gonna give anything for free, but yes.
There's no partner
I didn't
attached.
say specifically who that was.
Come on, dude. You know what that was.
Well, I know,
but I legit
Could've been
think,
anywhere.
And then people looked at it and said, that actually sounds really good. And now when they do it in their limited run, it's like a madhouse to go get one. So those things are cute and fun, but you can do that on April 15th. Do it on tax day. So I get it, but I think that this has run its course, even though I'll give my boy Wise credit. He has done the best April Fool's joke ever on me. I've told this story many times, but not everybody listens every day, so I'll tell it again. But I had just finished playing, or I was just retired by the NFL, probably in, I don't know, 2011. I think he gave it a year. I think it was 2012 or 2013.
Okay.
And the old Versus channel, do you remember the old Versus?
I do, yeah.
Love that channel.
They had a Pros versus Joes. And that wily son of a gun had figured out, hey, old T is, trying to figure out where he should go with his life post-NFL career. He calls up and he said, hey, my buddy is a producer for Pros versus Joes. Are you interested in jumping in and being one of the pros? And I said, well, what does that entail? So I started asking a lot of questions. He led me down the path long enough that I don't know if I recall committing to going on Pros versus Joes.
Oh my
but
God.
Then he hammered me with the April Fools after about 3 or 4 phone calls. So that kudos to my boy Wisey on getting me on that, because he definitely got me, and it was as good. And I have not been able to recreate and or do anything better than that. So other than that, everything else has been pretty dumb. So Eleanor and I last night were trying to figure out a way to get Max before we went to school this morning. And I just was thinking, no. I want to have some fun with it, but there was nothing. I don't know what a good prank is anymore. So that is mine. That was 15 years ago now, so I'm done with it. But that was the best prank that I've been pulled on. Jesse, everybody always picks on you. There's got to be something.
The problem is, even with yours, April Fool's Day is just a bunch of people lying to each other all the time. This day has been. Are you familiar with the movie The Purge? The Purge franchise?
No.
It's like a horror series where there's this society in the future where one day of the year, there are no rules and everybody can go around and steal and murder.
Oh, you
and all
can murder
kinds of
anybody.
Stuff. Yeah, on one day of the year, and it reduces crime for every other day of the year because the one day everything's
preemptive strikes.
Sure. That's what April Fool's Day feels like it has become in the misinformation age, where everybody can just talk
Do you have somebody on your list if you had a purge day that you'd want to?
I knew from the minute you said that that was going to be the follow-up
No, I
question.
do not. No.
Really?
No.
I would have bet that they're. You don't have to tell on air, but I
You
got
don't have to say their name.
You're pushing me towards an answer, but not yet.
You're talking about
that
me?
was a good line.
You talking about me?
Whoa, Nelly!
Wait, have you seen these movies? Have
One
you
of
watched them?
I've seen one of them, and then they've done a bunch of it's almost like the Saw franchise now, where there's like 100 different ones of them. I saw the first one.
Seems kind of sick.
It is, yeah. It's not fun, but. What
Better
April
watch.
Fool's Day has become is just every sports team,
I don't think
every
people are
media
murdering
outlet,
people on
every
April
no,
Fool's
but you
Day.
just get to you just get to throw out. Oh, yeah, this is gonna happen. Like there's 364 days of the year. We go to the Steiner School of Sports Communication at Bradley University and the J School at UW-Madison. They teach you all about journalistic integrity and getting the facts right and not misleading people. And then one day they're like, what the heck? Let's just say they're making a candy hot dog at American Family Field. And let's just say the Mallards are changing their name. And let's just do this. And let's just do that. And people just throw all this crap out there. And it's not funny because everybody knows it's fake. It's stupid. I hate it.
Okay. I like you're taking a strong stance. That's good.
Jesse, I did have a different holiday question for you that I was thinking about while Tausch was telling that amazing Wisey story. So you are anti-April Fool's Day, but you are very much pro-Groundhog Day.
That is correct.
Which
yeah.
Tausch and I disagree with you on. And you are a Sun Prairie resident, and Jimmy the Groundhog is a Sun Prairie resident as well. Are you secretly angling to eventually become the grand poobah, the grand marshal of that event, and like wear your tuxedo and your top hat and have Jimmy whisper in your ear? Because that could be a great April Fool's announcement, but it could also be like the aforementioned burger with the cheese curd on it that could come to fruition.
Oh, you stole my punchline. Hey, actually, that just came. I have big news today. I'm going to be the Groundhog Day moderator in 2027.
You can't take part in a holiday that you hate. You can't do that.
April Fools. Just kidding. Yeah, I'd love to be the guy that runs Groundhog Day with the top hat and hand it off to the mayor. Yeah, that's like a dream job right there. I want to be the voice of Groundhog Day in downtown Sun Prairie, the groundhog capital of the world.
That's your dream job.
And on
makes
the
me
other
sad.
364 days, be Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see a path.
Yow. All right.
Good luck. All right, so I don't know. We didn't spend a ton of time on this yesterday, and judging from the reaction to me posting my story on various social media channels, the loud, not tiny minority, like the 30% club that doesn't want Matt LaFleur as the Packers head coach, of which Josh DiMaggio and John Anderson, I believe, are members. They didn't really like what Ed Policy said at the NFL meetings in Arizona on Monday evening to Domofsky and Hodkowitz and Schneidman and that crew, that Matt LaFleur is the best guy for the job. They disagree, kind of like we disagree with Jesse on Groundhog Day. So I want to get into that, and I also want to get into, with Bryan Bulaga coming up, if he was ever disgruntled with his role and what he did about it, because that still is resonating with Packers fans. My question for you, Tausch, is do we feel good about just the general, not the roster, not guys coming back from injury, because there are some strong opinions among the people, especially about the coach still. Do we feel good about the state of the Packers? You and I?
July 4th? Isn't that what you do with Strofe? The state
We
of the
do that at
Packers?
Summerfest, yeah, around the 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, I feel fine about it. I don't feel excited as much as, and I'm not downtrodden. I think it's exactly what I thought they were going to do. There have been no moves outside of picking up trading for the 30-year-old linebacker. That is surprising. They believe that with everybody healthy, they are a championship team, and without, they're not. And what they've done this offseason tells me they believe that, like a lot of us, had things went differently in Denver, this whole narrative this offseason would be a lot different. Mm-hmm. And when you invest and do what the Green Bay Packers did last year, you knew this offseason was going to have to be more limited because you spent everything. You spent all your capital late August last year to make a move, and it was 100% the right move to do. And you unfortunately had things not work out, and now you have to piece and do some different things and worry about the compensatory pick equation and all of the things that Brian Gutekunst has done. But as we sit here right now with guys that are not healthy and able to play, this team, if they had to suit up a game on April Fools, they're not winning the division with where they're at. That's just not. If all of these guys aren't available to them, they're not going to win the division. But when everybody is back, I certainly hope that is not that would be flipped, and we would all feel a whole heck of a lot different. So, where's the state of the Packers? They're good, not great. And with the injuries that are out, I would say they're average. That's how I would view this roster with everybody that would not be available if the season started today.
All right, I want to get into what Ed Policy had to say for those that did not catch it. I will get into that after Tausch tells us about something that's not good but is great. Great. And that's Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, I don't know what the heck you've been doing. Now is the time, because Pella of Wisconsin is offering 0% interest financing all the way to 2030. 0% interest all the way till 2030 in Wisconsin. Your home will take a beating year-round. The right windows and doors, they improve comfort, they boost your energy efficiency, and they upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home, and they'll do it within your budget. You pay 0 interest all the way till 2030. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to get started.
Ed Policy thinks he's got the right coach. Many fans disagree. He heard you. He just didn't agree with you. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, it's the time of the year when everybody is thinking about travel, whether you're still finalizing details for a spring getaway or you're already on to thinking about where you'll be headed for a summer road trip. Don't let vehicle maintenance be what slows you down. Make sure your vehicle is in its best shape possible every time you're getting ready to hit the road by stopping in to see the amazing service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Routine maintenance is critical for keeping your vehicle in the best shape possible. Oil changes, tire rotations, tune-ups, and so much more. Get it checked out before you hit the road so you're not stranded when you're away from home. And if you're in the market for a vehicle upgrade, check out Zimbrick Chevy's new and used vehicle inventory. You can start your search by logging on to ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Stop in to Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie and discover this great automotive team that I've been telling you about for years. Consistently recognized as a best of Madison operation, Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie is the name you can trust.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again. Quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the belt line at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Ed Policy speaking at the NFL meetings, saying he was a little bit shocked by questions during the season about Matt LaFleur's job being in jeopardy, and that he had decided to extend LaFleur's contract well before the Packers' playoff loss to the Bears. I've always believed that you don't make football decisions out of emotion, he said. You have to be methodical about it. I don't believe in making emotional decisions based on one game or a series of games. Tausch, I agree with him. And I didn't think Matt LaFleur should be fired. I thought he might be, not knowing how Ed Policy viewed things. But now that we know that he doesn't make emotional decisions like some team owners might, now it makes sense that he kept him. But just bringing this up to start the show, the YouTube comments, very lively.
Yeah, they should be. And I thought the second part of what you read there is totally sensible. Like, you don't make decisions based on that. You look at the track records. You understand the trajectory. And I don't have a problem with it. I didn't think even after the Bears game they should fire Matt LaFleur. I thought emotionally, obviously, there's a lot of angst because the way the season ended, you didn't win a game. To say he was shocked that people thought that way is really surprising to me. Like I said yesterday on KBN, I was shocked that he wasn't shocked.
He said during the he's now I think this has gotten and tell me if this changes your view at all, but as I understand it, he said he was a little bit shocked. This is according to Wes Hodkowitz's post on Packers.com. The question to which he said he was a little bit shocked was about him, about questions about LaFleur's job status during the season.
Well, that's different. I looked at it more from he was shocked about the postseason, and the last 5 weeks and all that you shouldn't be shocked at all. Like that was a complete meltdown,
exasperating. Yep.
So, yeah, when we were 9-3-1, there ain't anybody sitting there saying. I don't think there was a ton of calling for Matt LaFleur at that point. there's always going to be fans that aren't big fans of what he does and how he operates and game management and all of those things. But the end of the season, and by the way, if he felt that way, why didn't he extend to midseason?
Yeah, great, fair, super fair question.
I don't know why you drag that out. Obviously, contracts take a while to figure out, but they knew that. They know the numbers. And did we ever get an announcement because we're so happy to keep these guys on how many years and what the?
Nope.
That's absurd. Like I still think that whole thing is just crazy to me. This is a publicly owned football team. It's not as if you're creating some big advantage where we don't know what we don't know. Just tell us. Like it's not that big a deal. We signed him to a 4-year extension. You want to get into numbers? Great, I understand that. Right. Nobody like if I ask you what you're making, you're not going to tell me. And Jesse, I think, would tell us. That's fine, but I don't understand that part of it. But from Ed Policy's standpoint of being surprised in that. If it is indeed that he was talking about the regular season up until even at the end of it, when you lose that Bears game and you end up going into the 7th seed again, the regular season wasn't great last year, guys. It wasn't great.
No,
it started off and it was in a good place. I mean, after 2 weeks, hey, color me in, man. I was all in on this as a dynamite team because that was as impressive of a start to the season as I've seen in Green Bay in a long time. And as things go, obviously there's ebbs and flows. But even like the loss against Cleveland, okay, you understand. Special team stinks, and it's going to cost you a game. We kind of thought that was going to happen. Looking at the big picture of it, you get into Denver 9-3-1. You win that game. You win the division. You're probably a 2 seed scraping to battle for the 1. That's a whole different animal than being a 7 seed getting into the playoffs and then getting knocked out. It just is. And for Ed Policy, I don't care when he was making those comments, he believes in Matt LaFleur. That's great. But there was angst. And Matt LaFleur was feeling angst.
No doubt.
And I don't know why you want people that you respect, and why do you want them to have angst? If that's how you felt the whole time, I don't understand. Why do you want them to feel angst?
Fair question. The second half of that Chicago playoff game was very disappointing. We were all extremely frustrated. I know the fans are frustrated, and I wouldn't want them not to be frustrated. They're very passionate about our team, about our games, and about the outcome of our games. I wouldn't change that, and I did hear quite a bit of it. But I can't let that factor into these types of decisions. Ultimately, does it impact me? Yes. Do I hear it? Yes.
How does it impact him?
I don't know. But these are not decisions that should necessarily be made by fans after a very disappointing
Yeah, of course they
loss.
shouldn't be. But you just said, well, how is it impacting you? And my question is, what are we doing differently? That's what fans want to know. All this other stuff is great. I don't disagree with a lot of what Mr. Policy had to say there. I totally agree with probably 85 or 90% of his things. But it had an impact on me. Okay, how?
He felt bad.
Good follow-up.
No. How? And then what are you going to do about it? Because if we end up as a 7 seed again and get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, and if it's to the Bears or the Vikings or the Lions, oh, God. I'm telling you this year, we need to win the blanking division. Period, fin. If we don't win the division this year, I think you have to really start looking at what are we doing? Now, it's going to be tough. The division, the Vikings will be better with Kyler Murray than they were with J.J. McCarthy last year. The Lions, I believe, are going to be better. They're going to, if they can stay healthy. They have their core. They have things that they need to replace, but I think the Lions have been built the right way, and they have a core of players, while they're getting older, still are in their prime. And the Bears are the Bears. But this team, with the resources and what they've done and the continuity that we've kept, they need to win the division, period, fin. I'm not saying they need to be Super Bowl champs, but this team and this organization needs a division championship.
So let me give you two scenarios, one about last season and one about this season, and then we'll get to Brian and we'll talk more about this. For last season, let's say they don't have Micah Parsons go down in Denver. Let's say they win that game. Let's say, like you said...
What do you think the season... what does it look like if we don't pick up Micah?
Oh, great question. Well, I mean, Rashawn Gary's not disgruntled with his role.
You think we end up in the same place? 9-8-1, whatever we ended up, 9-7-1. Like, are we 9-7-1 if we don't pick up Micah, or are we worse?
I think they end up a game or two worse.
Great question, and I agree with Jesse. I think they're
so
probably
we don't make the playoff if they don't pick up Micah, because he closed out the Cardinal game. Obviously, Detroit we had in hand, but that was a closeout. That was you'd put up enter Sand. How many Sandman games did he have?
Yeah, well, 3 or 4, I think.
So we are probably looking. You're telling me
Detroit in Detroit, he closed that out, right?
You're telling
Weren't they
me,
close the goal line?
Yeah, they made the big fourth down plays would kind of close that up. But yeah, there's plays. You're telling me we aren't a playoff team, and so if I'm reading with what you've said, Matt LaFleur ain't the coach of the Green Bay Packers if they don't pick up Micah Parsons. Is that what you're telling me?
That's a really good point. I didn't think of it in these terms. So they finished now. I mean, I would assume they're playing the Vikings game, which I know you appreciated my in-depth
coverage
coverage
as good
of.
Coverage as we've seen around here for a long time.
Outstanding coverage.
Some of the most in-depth analysis we've ever seen.
So they're playing that game differently than they did in real life. So maybe they still win that game and they go 9-8-1 the other direction. But no, it's a really very fair question, and I had not thought of it. So
Brian Gutekunst, in essence, saved Matt LaFleur's job.
Again,
that's what you guys are saying.
Yeah. On the flip side,
I think we're still 9-7-1. I don't know if Micah Parsons trade, because you factor in he missed 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know if maybe we would have adjusted and won a few of those. I think it would have balanced out more than you guys do. But we ain't winning the division.
No, you're right about that. Again, I do get frustrated. So Goody saved Matt LaFleur's job by trading for Micah Parsons, but had he not traded for Micah Parsons, he didn't build a playoff team's roster, potentially?
Oh, he's probably saved his own job, too.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just give you these hypotheticals briefly so we can get to Brian. 1, they win the division last year, and they lose a first-round playoff game at home. So they end up reaching the exact same endpoint of their playoff run, losing in the first round.
Let's say San Fran comes into Lambeau and beats us. Okay.
Sure. How are we viewing Matt LaFleur?
Incredibly disappointed.
Disappointed, but we're not calling for his job, are we? Or are we?
Right now, Matt LaFleur, he is, and I hate to give Homer credit on this, but he is in the Steve Mariucci, good regular season, can't get over the hump, postseason coach. That's where he's at. That's his. That's what he's been monikered with. So this is now. He isn't just like in the Bucs when they were in their heyday, which obviously is not where they're at now.
Hey, big win last night. Come on.
They actually lost by winning.
Doc's a Hall of Famer.
Kudos to Doc. I think when you start looking at it, you got to win a postseason game. That's what this is about. And for Matt LaFleur now winning regular season, you need to position yourself so that it's easier to win a postseason game. That's more in line with where I think he needs to start thinking. But just going and winning the division, if we end up as the 2 seed next season and go out and have a home playoff game and we lose to whomever, this conversation is going to get ratcheted up another tenfold.
Okay, so
because then it's a home game.
So now let me flip that. Let's say they finish as the 7 seed once again, but they win But then they win 2 road playoff games and then lose the NFC Championship
All's
game.
Good with that.
Then we're fine that they didn't win the division, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like what we talked about with Badger basketball. Great season for the men. Great performances in the NCAA tournament or in the Big Ten tournament. Lose their NCAA tournament opener. Nobody gives a damn what they did. Right? I mean, they were 3-1 against the 2 conference teams that are in the Final Four. Does anyone care?
No.
So again, it's what you said. Was it before the 24 season? I just want to get to the playoffs and see what they do. That's really all that matters. And I think that's, again, all that matters. Now, if they win the division, to your point, they increase their chances of playoff success. But people are going to be pissed if they win the division and then lose a home playoff game.
Heavy is the crown. When you are the head football coach for Titletown, USA, it ain't good enough just to win somewhat in the regular season.
No.
And what we've seen the last three, I get the first year I thought was fantastic.
Right. Who thought they were going to even make the playoffs necessarily?
I did, but I actually predicted that almost exactly. But that I did not have them beating Dallas. This is the time now where you have to elevate and take it to the next step. You have the personnel, at least you believe that, when everybody's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That needle that he's got to thread here is going to be tricky because I don't think his depth. Again, you have a draft. We don't know how good his draft's going to be. But right now, as we sit here, this team is not as deep as it was last year.
No, you're right. All right, we need to get to Bryan Bulaga so he's not disgruntled with his role on the show. So I want to remind you that you don't need to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. Biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big, and you're just steps away from everything that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, you've got so many options. Premium steaks at Dream Dance Steakhouse, pizza, burritos, quick bites at the marketplace, rock and brews for that high-energy vibe, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company. The list goes on and on. And, of course, if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, they've got the event spaces that are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Bryan Bulaga joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The sound of summer is back.
First offering to Freelick is a fly ball to right. It is high. It is deep. Bye-bye baseball. Second deck for Salvatore.
Your home for the Crew. 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and the only thing that makes watching basketball better this time of year is enjoying a great game with the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. Whether it's a thrilling buzzer beater, a big upset, or a top seed blowing somebody out, every game goes from good to great when you crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filter, and cold package, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out their full lineup of vehicles and find the one that's right for you, or browse the vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
This is Coach Greg Gard. Strong teams succeed with the right partners. Bank CMG works closely with Wisconsin business owners, offering local insight, modern tools, and honest guidance you can trust. They take the time to understand your goals and help you build something sustainable. Whether you're managing cash flow, planning for growth, or navigating change, having the right banking partner matters. When your business matters, your bank should too. BankCMG.com.
Turn your dream kitchen into a reality with the IKEA Dream Kitchen event. Now through April 21st, IKEA family members save 10% when they spend $3,000 or more on section kitchen cabinets and eligible appliances and countertops. That's modern style, smart storage, and everyday functionality designed your way. Plus, section cabinets come with a 25-year limited warranty. Not sure where to start? IKEA's expert kitchen planners are here to guide you every step of the way. Your dream kitchen is closer than you think. So visit IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.us today.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Spring into action this season and let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Trent here from Canopy Wealth Management. We're often asked, when's the right time to work with a financial advisor? The answer is always simple, now. Whether you're building wealth, nearing retirement, or already retired, the Canopy team can help you gain clarity around your goals, resources, and path to financial independence. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
NBA Thursday on ESPN Radio. Luka, LeBron, and the Los Angeles Lakers head to Oklahoma City to face Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the NBA leading Thunder. Coverage begins Thursday at 9 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Presented by Indeed.
Yes, now on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling now finally, at long last, in Wisconsin. The first brewery in America now is in Wisconsin. 6 generations owned and operated by family. Yuengling, DG Yuengling and Sons, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Is Bryan Bulaga? And I have only one question for Bryan Bulaga, and that is this. Are you disgruntled with your role on the show? Because I need you to communicate that with us, and we need to figure out, how to make sure you're happy, because I don't want to be having it take a toll on our program the way disgruntled players took a toll on the Packers last season.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly content, just like I was when I played. I knew my role. I knew what I had to come in and do week in and week out. Besides deal with Jesse, that's the only side thing that I didn't really have to focus on too much when I was playing. Sometimes it was Bakhtiari because sometimes Dave acted like a child, and you had to deal with Dave in a certain way, but that was fun. Sometimes dealing with Jesse isn't fun. Tell me about it. And Dave was just a big kid, and he wanted good energy. Jesse sometimes brings a lot of negative energy. So that would be the only.
That's true. That is true.
That would be the only thing, if I'm going to talk about disgruntled on the program, that I would.
Tough
bring
one
up.
for your
Besides
Hawkeyes there on Saturday night, huh? They were close. Yeah. They were close. That's too bad.
Tough getting to the Elite Eight. I know. I believe me. I know it's tough getting there. You should know that too, Jesse.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Very tough getting there.
That Kansas job opens up. Watch out for that guy to bolt.
This one exactly the way I expected it to. I'm thrilled with how Brian handled it. But Brian, serious question. What do you make of that? You just said it, right? I'm sure there was a time that maybe, that whole year where you were supposed to be the left tackle and then you tore your ACL on family night. You probably would have liked the opportunity to be the left tackle, but you said you knew your role and you accepted it and you worked your ass off in it. What do you make of this part of one of the many interesting things that came out of the time in Phoenix at the NFL meetings?
Yeah, I think when those grades came out, this is kind of what I assumed it was along the lines of something like this, right? Guys voted a certain way because they got told something or they weren't getting what they wanted or whatever it may be. And then it comes out that it's the roles. Guys were upset in their roles, which blows my mind because, like, guys may want more targets or something like that, but then to make an issue about it in the locker room and have it affect the team, that's a problem. Like, I don't ever remember that being a problem when I played. Now, maybe it was when I was really young and I didn't know any better, right? Like, it was way over my head. But as I got older, that I never recall that being an issue. And if it was, it normally got stomped out pretty quick by veteran guys. Normally it didn't last too long, and you'd be publicly berated in the locker room by somebody, or that'd be behind closed doors.
Who did
one
more,
or the other?
Brian, who did most of the public berating?
I mean, guys were very vocal. You know, the guys were vocal.
City.
I think we know the guys that were vocal.
TJ.
Yeah, I think we know the guys that were vocal. I don't have to say their names.
Sure.
But it got, we'll just say it got put to bed really quick. It never got to a point where it would affect the locker room and how the performances were, right? So that even goes deeper, right? Like that, like when you hear it affected the performances, that means guys were on the field, as we could say, half-assing it. And if they didn't get the role that they wanted, that's what that says to me, which is a massive problem. Like, that's a big deal. So I'm hoping that the guys maybe that he's referring to are no longer there, or if they are there, that is a warning shot that will not be tolerated going forward. Because what Matt said was perfect. If you want a bigger role, you got to carve it out for yourself. Like, you have to earn that. You have to earn that. You just don't get given a bigger role because you requested it. Like, there has to be a body of work that shows you have earned that, right? And there's always, and I said this to Homer, I go, there's always a tier system in the NFL. Everyone's on a tier, right?
Jesse Nelsonification of the NFL, tiering it out. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is in the locker room, right? Everyone is assigned to a tier, right? Top tier guys are your Micah Parsons, Jordan Loves. They're top tier. That's how it's always going to be. But then below that, there's structure to the team, and you have to accept your role within that structure and perform at the best of your ability. And if you outperform and you perform really well, guess what? You'll most likely get more responsibility and move up tiers, and that normally comes with the money you make and things like that. So to just request things and then be unhappy about it and cause a fuss in the locker room, to me, it's crazy. It's unacceptable.
So, Blue, I mentioned, and we did a little draft after we heard this clip from LaFleur of who the most disgruntled Packers of last season were. And I took Matthew Golden first. And then I saw Jesse took Dontavion Wicks. And that receiver room, listen, man, we all know in the locker room in the NFL, receivers are probably the trickiest group to manage. O-line, we're going to fall in line most of the time. We're going to do our job. Obviously, I put Jordan Morgan on there, too, because I think he's probably really frustrated with how he was bounced around. But receivers are, because it's so tangible, they see how many catches they get, how many targets they get. They hear about it. They know that's how they get paid. It is tricky, and it's really tricky when you don't have a Devontae or a Jordy or a Cobb leading the room. Who's it on to get that room right? Is that because I said now that Jordan Love is continuing to evolve, he needs to – we didn't see that. We had big – I mean, your crew with Jordy and Cobber and James Jones and, for me, it was Greg Jennings, his driver. There were guys that weren't happy with how many touches they got, but it was kept under wraps because the quarterback helped keep it under wraps, or they helped kind of – I think Jordan Love needs to elevate there and probably help nip this, because I'm certain that the receiver room is part of what Matt LaFleur is talking about.
If I had to take a guess, I would imagine the receiver room probably is part of it. And and you hit the nail on the head, but that's what happens when you don't define roles to start and you say everyone's a number one. That's kind of the way it goes. We don't have a number one here. Well, guess what? Like there is a number one. There has to be a number one. That's how every roster is. There is a number one wide receiver in that group, and he's going to get the best looks. That's just the way it goes. So for me, I think Jordan, Jordan Love, that is, not Jordan Morgan or any other Jordans on the team. I don't know. But I think he's got to be the one that steps up and kind of maybe for Matt helps define those roles, right? Like helps guys understand where they are in the pecking order. Like this is the way it's going to go. Like clearly our number one wide receiver is Watson. He's the number one wide receiver. Like I don't think anyone's questioning that. So if we go into training camp this year and we still hear the same, we don't have a number one, well, that's going against everything that was just said, that we need to define roles more clearly then. Because to me, if the room is an issue, roles need to be defined in OTAs. And yes, you can outperform that in training camp and you can move up. There's no doubt. Absolutely. All for it. Love it. Competition is great. But you just don't, because you're there for 3 years, I should be the number one now. No, it's not really the way that works. I mean, Tay was under Jordy for how long before Tay became the number one? But Tay earned that. That became earned from Devontae. That wasn't just given to Devontae. I'm sure Devontae would have loved to be the certain receiver in certain route trees that Jordy was when Tay was younger. I'm sure he would have loved it. But guess what? It's not the way that operates. It's not the way that works. So to me, that's probably a room. I would assume that maybe Rashawn was upset. If I'm taking a wild stab at something, right? Micah comes in. Micah gets probably a lot of the preferred rush packages or certain responsibilities and things like that. Maybe that is part of it, right? Like, and I guess obviously he's not there anymore. Clearly, obviously, there was financials involved in that. That wasn't just, the financials fit and we just let him go. There was money things with that, but and listen, I understand the wide receiver room and how complicated it is because, like you said, there is statistical evidence to it. It's how many targets, how many catches, how many yards, touchdown. I get all that. But there has to be a number one, a number two, and a number three. It just has to be that way. That's the way it goes, right? You can't have a room full of guys thinking they're the number one guy. And it just – because I like, listen, and a perfect example is that you look at the two guys in Cincinnati, right? Both very, very well paid, very good wide receivers. But I can almost assure you Higgins is not thinking that he's the number one over Chase. There's just no way that thought process is happening in that room. Now, does he think he could be a number one anywhere he goes? Yeah, of course. And he probably would be. But in that room, he's not. And, that's kind of the way I feel like this Packers wide receiver room needs to start looking at things. And I think Jordan Love can help that. I think it would take one time him going into that room in OTAs or whatever and just talking. And literally setting the standard right away and getting that out of the way early and just nipping it in the butt.
We'll have more with Bryan Bulaga after Tausch. And are you going to let Brian pick the caller?
Yeah, I always do.
Oh, no.
Yeah. How much work and how miserable do you want Jesse to be? We're giving away an awesome
476.
We're giving away an awesome Iron Jock hoodie, so it's this is big time. So, Brian, what number would you like for Jesse to have to answer from a phone call?
What was the last
101? I think we did 101.
85 was yesterday.
No, 85 was yesterday.
Yep.
85 was yesterday. Iowa hadn't been to the Sweet 16 since when?
Before I was born.
Well,
no. What year?
Oh, God.
Was it 87?
Yeah, so we're going to do caller 87.
Oh, that's very nice. That's nice of Brian.
Could have been worse.
It's a win
Caller
for Jesse.
87 to win an Iron Jock hoodie at 844-770-3776. And as a former athlete, I've worn just about every kind of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel, built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you work, from the gym to the pickleball court. Iron Jock will keep you dry, comfortable, and confident through April 5th. When you spend $50, you get 30% off, and we're going to give you 2 free pair of socks with the code SOCKS2. That's socks and the number 2. Iron Jock will help you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com. And again, caller 87 to win an Iron Jock hoodie at 844-770-3776.
We'll give away that hoodie and spend more time with Brian next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. I love this time of year on the sports calendar. New baseball season underway, the pro basketball playoffs coming up, and speculating what Green Bay will do in the draft, even without a first-round pick. And on top of all that, the weather is generally getting nicer and the days are getting longer. That means more sunlight and more encouragement to make the energy switch to Everlight Solar. Our family is one of many who have made the switch over the last several years. When we knew we were ready to make that switch, we met with the Everlight Solar team, and they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
Is Wisconsin basketball blue blood? No. But are they a Cinderella mid-major type school? Absolutely not.
Wisconsin legend Frank Kaminsky on the state of the Badgers in a changing college basketball world. The former National Player of the Year on why Wisconsin shouldn't be seen as a Cinderella.
The Big Ten was a very, very good conference because you go into the tournament, you never know who's going to be the best conference. And Wisconsin was competitive with obviously the best programs in the country this year. So if you want to say it's like a Cinderella type situation if they win a couple games in the tournament, I just think that's a ridiculous thing to say.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
For over a century, one family has helped generations move forward. Christofferson Moving and Storage. They've built a legacy of trust, celebrating 120 years in 2026. With transparent, upfront pricing, highly trained professional crews, and flexible services designed around you, they protect your home and belongings with expert care and clear communication every step of the way. Let them handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on what's next. Christofferson Moving and Storage, your best move since 1906. Get your complimentary quote at ChristoffersonMoving.com.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Gearing up for tailgating, fireworks, festivals, and updating your home. This is an absolute season for it all. Siding Unlimited can handle the home part. Start the process by visiting Siding Unlimited at 2018 South Stoughton Road and check out our amazing showroom. Ideas will follow, and eventually you'll experience our fantastic carpenters installing new windows, siding, roofing, and doors. We do it all, and it starts by visiting our showroom or going to sidingunlimited.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Continuing with Bryan Bulaga, while at the NFL meetings in Arizona, Brian Gutekunst said he is excited for Jordan Morgan's opportunity. And quite frankly, his first couple years in the league, we had to move him around and do what's best for the team. Probably not what was best for him. Tausch, as you often say, no blank blank.
Yeah, that was, I thought, very interesting that Goody acknowledged that. And now it comes down to, is Jordan Morgan going to be good enough out at left tackle? And they don't know. So, Blue, I guess, you were bounced around a little bit in the beginning, and then was there a conversation that you had that they were like, you want to play guard, or what's like? How did it end up where you were just like, I'm only playing tackle?
Wasn't the conversation you suck as a guard?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was much of a conversation. They put me there as a rookie, and I stunk. So, I think that was the conversation that I think they probably had that upstairs after watching the tape of it. Like, oh boy, this is probably not going to work at guard. Probably not a good fit out in the middle there. So. No conversation. I didn't have that conversation. That's for sure. They asked me to go do it. I did it. Didn't go well. Didn't look good. Didn't feel good. And right back out to tackle.
So, and I just wonder, that's the, when Goody said that about Jordan Morgan and doing what was good for the team and everything else, but that's what we're talking about when it comes to roles and understanding it. You have to have guys that are bought in, and it's really hard as young players that are trying to earn that second contract to buy in and be selfless, because young players are selfish. And you start figuring that out when you get older, and you realize winning is really hard, and everybody has to be going in the same direction. And hopefully Jordan Morgan is going to be in that position that he'll, thrive and go out and play left tackle and be great, but it does suck for him that the first couple of years have played out the way that they have for him.
Yeah, because what it does is it rattles confidence, man. And you hear a lot of noise. You hear a lot of, you're this, you were a first-round pick, you haven't lived up to this and that, and you see your performances on tape. Right? Like, it's not like you're blind to it. You see that you're not performing at a standard that you feel like you should be. And then you're not in a position that you are preferred or that you would prefer, right? I mean, right tackle, left tackle. I mean, I was a left tackle. I got moved to right tackle. It took me some time to get adjusted to it. It wasn't easy. So, definitely wasn't easy. First game against Arakpo, and then Cameron Wake, who just always ate my lunch for the first 5 years of my career for some reason. I couldn't stop the guy. I don't know why. He's really good, though. But
Canadian. He's a Canadian football player, right? Wasn't he? He came from the CFL.
Yeah, he was really good. Really good. Finally was able to not give up a sack to him, I think, in 2016 or
it's nice
something
when those
like
guys get. It's nice when players get older and are a little slower and maybe not quite as explosive.
Well, I mean, so many times you get beat by the same move. It's like, eventually I got to figure this out. I got to figure something out here because this is just ridiculous. But regardless, it rattles your confidence as a young player if you're getting played out of position and it's not going well, and obviously then you get kicked to another position that you definitely think you don't fit in, and that doesn't go well, right? So then you're thinking in your head, like, all right, so like, where do I fit in this thing? Like, can I do this? Like, am I going to be able to live up to the expectation? And that's what he has to now overcome, right? Now that he's getting moved to his preferred position. And we don't know how that's going to go. We're going to find out, but that's what he has to kind of figure out himself.
So does that mean that experience, no matter where it comes, is not necessarily good with him? First of all, I'm sure when you arrived as the 20-something overall pick, I'm sure you felt the same way as he did when he walked in, right? I want to be a left tackle. You may not have said those words out loud the way he has on multiple occasions, but that's what you wanted. You didn't get what you wanted. You didn't, right? And the times that there might have been windows for you to move to left tackle, either you got hurt or there was the 11 season where you didn't have Tauscher anymore. They needed you at right tackle, and then when Cliffy went down, it was Marshall Newhouse that played there, right? So you don't always get what you want, as the Rolling Stones once sang. My question is, if I always thought, hey, if I get experience, whatever it is, wherever it is, it's going to make me more prepared for whatever the opportunity is. And it sounds to me, and tell me if I'm reading this wrong, but maybe there was some detriment to the experience he got because now his confidence might be dinged. Or does he go to his position and say, all right, that is past his prologue. I'm a left tackle now. I'm going to be fine.
Well, I hope that's the mentality that he takes, which you just said. I hope that's the way he goes about this season, and that would be really positive for him if he just kind of, you can't forget about what had happened the last few seasons. Like, you can't just completely wash it out because you do have to learn from those experiences. But like, I'll just be honest, like, you're not taking anything out of playing guard for how many games and translating that over to left tackle. Like, you're not getting anything from that. Okay. I can assure you.
Yeah, like, those positions couldn't be more different. Like, I know people think, oh, you're an O-lineman. Everything inside happens lightning quick. Boom, boom. You got to be boom, boom.
Yep.
Whereas tackle, you have to be an athlete. You have to respond. And like, it is playing two different games. Go ahead, Blue.
Yeah. So, like, to say that everything he's experienced is a negative and, like, won't benefit him, I'm not completely on that, because you do have to learn from certain things. Like, he did play some snaps at right tackle, and they're different sides of the ball, but listen, you're playing tackle. Like, the same move will beat you on the right side as it'll beat you on the left side if you continue to do the same things and have the same patterns as a tackle, right? If you're setting like junk and dropping your right leg or your left leg at left tackle, you're going to get beat by the same thing. If you can't anchor against power at right tackle, not sure how that's going to work at left tackle. So, like, there's things he has to learn from these negative experiences, but it shouldn't. At least for me, he can't dwell on what has happened the last few years. He's got to take kind of what you mentioned, Jason, move on, learn from it, and then essentially start over. Start over from left tackle and get your mind right and ready to go for that.
Well, speaking of starting over, Matt LaFleur essentially saying that they're going to kind of start over on offense. I'm going to defer to you two. Help me understand this, because he's going into year 8, and I know that they have different players. Every year there's a handful of guys. Lots of guys have different roles, some of which they're unhappy with. But how do you take this, both of you, this statement from the coach that they're basically going to treat this like year 1, even though it's year 8 and year 4 with your starting quarterback?
So I like it. And why I like it is because I think they need to go back to year 1, year 2, year 3 principles of this offense. I think that's the purest and best form of this offense. And I think since Aaron Jones and since Aaron Rodgers have left, I think the offense has, just as any coach would do, they have obviously changed the offense and have tweaked things and have done things differently than what they did to start. And obviously you're trying to fit players and do what's best for them. But I feel like he's gotten away from the core of this offense that was installed week one, year one, when we were there, right? Like, and I said this to Homer too on Monday. He didn't come in and mold his offense to us. We had to mold to the offense. We had to change and adapt to what they were bringing in, right? It's not like he came and said, hey guys, so like, does this work for you? No, like that's absolutely the complete opposite. It was, this is how it's going to be. You guys have to figure this out. And
unless Rodgers wants to audible. Yep.
Unless he cans the play, unless there's a can. Then yeah, if there's a can, then yes, then the play has been changed. But I will say, year one of Aaron being in that offense, now he may say different, but I don't recall a bunch of times of him just going completely off script and changing things, because it was new for him as well. Yeah, that probably came year 2, year 3. That probably came year 2, year 3. But year one for him, he was still obviously learning this thing. I mean, he probably learned it faster than anybody, but all the checks in and out, what can we get to from this run play to another run play based on formations and rules and things like that. So, like, to me, when he said that, like, we're going to take it down to the studs, I love it, because, like, I think that's going back to year one principles and the roots of Matt LaFleur's offense. So, like, I like it. And to be honest with you, like, I hope we get back to under center, wide stretch, play action. That's what this offense is built on. That is the whole principle of Matt LaFleur, Shanahan, McVay. That is what they do.
Can you do that with Josh Jacobs, though?
I believe so. I think Jacobs can do.
Why did they go away from it then? Because they did to acquiesce to him.
Because I think they did what he's most comfortable with, and that's gun duo type runs and inside zone runs. And, like, I understand you're trying to mold your offense to fit your personnel and things like that, but what I take from Matt is we're going to go back to making players fit our scheme. They're gonna fit what we're doing, what we want to do.
Sounds like there would be a tailback that might be disgruntled if they do that.
You know, I don't think that. I truly think that he can run that scheme. I really do. I think he's so good at putting his foot in the ground and getting north or cutting things back. He's very shifty. Like, I don't think that's an issue for him. Like, and as kind of as Matt said about Micah, about the 3-4 principles, good players or great players can do anything. Like, that's the way I look at it. And to me, that's what Jacobs is. I think he's a great running back. So, like, I think he will be able to do what is asked. And, like, that's what fits the offense. You don't get easy play action, like, whole shots over the middle where tight ends and wide receivers are sitting in 10 yards of space unless you're running that type of scheme. And I've said this, I said it to Homer again, like, I'm going to repeat it because I truly believe it. You look at the Rams last year, like, their offensive line was solid, nothing special, right? Like, it was not like their offensive line isn't special. It's not one of the top units in the league by any stretch. But for some crazy reason, they were a great running team, and Stafford threw for like 10,000 yards or whatever he threw for. That's because the principles have stayed the same. They run the same zone scheme. The play action game is on point. You get these, like, you get Puka and you get Tay and you get the tight end wide open in space, and that's all based off play action run game and how they do it. So, like, to me, it's no different with Green Bay. I think all that opens back up if they go back to those principles that it started out with in year one.
Brian, we just appreciate that you're willing to take on whatever role we ask without being disgruntled. You're pretty much gruntled most of the time, and we appreciate that, buddy.
Yes, absolutely.
He gruntled me more than I gruntled him in the last 2 weeks. I can tell you that much.
A lot of gruntling between you two.
That's the nature of their relationship. I will save my Jordan Morgan short arms question for you, like I addressed with Joe Thomas when I talked to you on the Homer Hour a little bit later in the week. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks so much.
All right, guys, take it easy.
That is Bryan Bulaga, who is a good teammate and takes on his role without complaint. He joins us every Wednesday on the Yingling Guest Hotline. Tausch, the one thing he doesn't have that you and I have going for us, though, he's not a UW Credit Union member.
No, he is not. And for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach all of your financial goals. And if you got cheddar on your mind, UW Credit Union can help. No monthly fee checking and great rates that let you keep more of your cheese. Join today at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door!
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Milwaukee Brewers 6-2 winners last night over the Tampa Bay Rays in their second of the three-game set at American Family Field. Brandon Woodruff getting the start on the mound for the Brewers picks up the win in his first appearance of the season. Brewers and Rays back at it. Rubber match of their three-game set this afternoon, 12:40 first pitch. Listen to it right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Pre-game coverage starts following Wilde and Tausch just after noon. Opening day starter Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz, on the mound for the Brewers this afternoon. NBA, the Bucks winners last night over the Dallas Mavericks, 123-99, and that's not all. Doc Rivers officially going to be inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame later this year. Congratulations to the Bucks head coach, member of the Naismith Hall of Fame class of 2026. Doc Rivers leads the Bucks against the Houston Rockets tonight at 7 o'clock. You can also listen to that on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Thanks again to Bryan Bulaga. We always enjoy our Wednesdays with him. So, Tausch, are you team blue, that stripping it down, as Matt LaFleur put it, and treating it like year one is a good thing?
No.
Or are you not on his team?
I mean, I said this yesterday. I think there's a part of it, if you get back to the basics, that's great, but I'm not interested in stripping it back down to the basics, as he put it, because I have a quarterback now that has 3 years of experience. Just like when Aaron Rodgers came over here, I wanted Matt LaFleur to implement his system, but I didn't want to say, I don't care what you've done over 15 years and what you've seen and what you've learned and what you understand, because Matt LaFleur is a first-time head coach. Here, he obviously knows what he wants, but if you're going to keep Josh Jacobs and you believe that Josh Jacobs' best ability is running duo, I mean, yeah, you can force him to run outside zone and all these other things, but you want to play to your player's strengths. You don't want to have a system that is so strict and rigid that you're only going to do what you do. I'm not interested in that. So I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but if it means get back to the basics and just the strict, I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. But if it means you're stripping down the playbook and you're just going to, I don't want to see that.
Do you agree with Brian that Josh Jacobs can be effective being used the way the system is supposed to use him, as opposed to using him the way that Matt LaFleur acquiesced to use him?
Yeah, that to me is such a big question because you have financial decisions to make with Josh. Everybody loves him. He's he's been very good since he's been signed here, especially his first year. Last year, obviously didn't go the way I think everybody hoped. So now you look at it and say, well, what can we do differently? How can we make him the weapon that he was as he's getting older? Those are questions that they have to figure out, because I don't think Matt LaFleur wanted to go to a ton of gun read option, whatever the duo block. I don't think that's something that would be a nice wrinkle. I don't think he wanted to go to the point where they're doing it as much as they were. I just don't think that's how he views things, because he can argue with me and everybody else all he wants that the play action pass game is just as effective. It's not. It's more effective when you can really run and have those guys selling the play fake and getting linebackers to suck up and getting that big hole in between the safety. That's what you're looking for. And, his whole thing on marrying up plays, that matters. Mm-hmm. Kyle Shanahan and McVay, that's what this system is built on. And I do think we've gotten away from that. So how you go about getting back to at least utilizing that more, I'm all in on doing that. And that's that part of what Brian was saying I totally agree with. That is the core foundation of Matt LaFleur's offense. And I know Jordan busted his thumb up, and I know there was, how much can you take under center? And there were a lot of questions. I don't know how much Jordan likes being under center. I know there's a lot of quarterbacks. It's a lot easier to play from gun.
Sure.
It's like would you rather walk 18 at a golf course, or would you rather ride 18?
Yeah.
Like it's there's a lot of stress that
Great analogy.
Especially with the outside zone, where you have to, as a quarterback, get the snap, get out, and sprint to that spot, because you have to show the ball. You want everyone seeing it, and then you can bootleg out. You see them doing those drills all the time. There's a reason they do that, because it works. And they've gotten away from that, so I want to see them get back into doing more of that.
Well, I am convinced of this, and tell me if you think I'm wrong. I think they're drafting Josh Jacobs' replacement on day 2.
I've said running back. There's going to be the kid from Notre Dame is going to go high. Running backs, they are viewed. You can get a good one late, and obviously Green Bay has done that. They did that with Aaron Jones. But having a dynamic home run hitting, what did every team do? Carolina came in and played 2 deep safety, and they dared people to run the football, because even if, and this is no slight to Josh, even if he busts one, it's going to be 20, 25 yards. I know he maybe had one longer than that. You need somebody, a la what Seattle did. Mm-hmm. You want somebody that can hit a home run, because you need to have the defense feel the pain, not, we'll give up. You don't think they'll give up a couple of 8 to 10 yard runs so that they don't let Christian Watson get over the top?
Right.
Or no doubt they're going to do that. And I don't know if right now, with what they have in their running back room, they have that. Yeah, the kid from, where's he, USC, Marshawn Lloyd.
Yes.
If you're banking on Marshawn Lloyd to be a bell cow home run hitting running back for you, you're going to be disappointed.
Good luck.
Hopefully he can stay healthy and contribute and find a role, but they need to have a home run hitter back there. They need that, and that, by the way, will also help your offensive line a lot if you have an Ahman Green, if you have a Ryan Grant, if you have an Eddie Lacy. All of us that we looked at our O-lines as being pretty good, we're good because our quarterback was a stud and we had a stud tailback too. Those things go hand in hand.
Speaking of home runs, when it comes to finances, Mark Tauscher and Doc Jacobson are a home run combination for Annex Wealth Management.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. We got some fun stuff coming, and we have a date, April 14th, after the show. I am actually going to do the show from Annex.
What?
I'm doing the show from Annex, and then we're doing some giveaways. We're giving away prizes. I'm not going to brag, and I know, Jesse, you got the golden geese or whatever you guys call it. We do trivia.
No.
I also like trivia.
What?
I don't know if I'd ever been a great contestant on Who Wants to Be. I would have been. But if the question was about sports or potpourri, I'd be a great phone-a-friend candidate. And on April 14th, I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going to jump into the financial literacy game, and I'm going to be able to hold my own. I'm challenging you to join and play along. It's a webinar called Beat Tausch at Financial Literacy. Register, and you can beat me as Annex will ask the questions. We're going to give away prizes. There's going to be some money, all the good stuff, and I intend to beat everybody who comes at me. You're going to learn more about financial literacy. It is Financial Literacy Month, so it's a win-win. Register today at events.annexwealth.com. Beat Tausch, April 14th. We're going to do that right after the show at noon on the 14th of April.
Jesse,
wait a minute.
like they do with golf tournaments.
You want to come down and be a caddy?
Are you taking Tausch or are you taking the field in this?
I want to recruit Tier 1 Tyler, and Jason could be an honorary goose, and we could team up to take you down.
I'm going to find out more about the prizes. I believe there's very good prizes.
Like, if we can win some cash, I think all of us could use
some
cash.
I will confirm next week, probably, what's today, Wednesday? I will confirm that there's going to be some cash. I know there's some pretty sweet prizes.
The geese could come honking into this thing at noon on the 14th.
You got to feed the ducks.
Yeah.
As Jerry Jones says, feed them ducks.
That sounds like a great idea by the team at Annex Wealth Management. I'm taking the field, however. All right, Jesse wants to take a break from Packers talk because he thinks he's got a really smart view of a innovation in baseball that he doesn't think is getting enough attention, apparently. We'll see what he thinks next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Sure, you've got school spirit, but does your jewelry box?
At Chalmers Jewelers, we're proud to be an official retailer of University of Wisconsin jewelry.
Featuring the iconic Motion W, Bucky Badger, and more.
Prices start at just $65.
Whether you're tailgating, jumping around, or shouting on Wisconsin, let your jewelry join the celebration because even Bucky loves a little bling.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
We see you out there, coming up with original ideas, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, because you know when inspiration rises, we'll have what you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Get a head start on spring savings with doorbuster pricing on Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action, $10 off. Rewards members save an extra $10. Plus, new at Blaine's, shop Ego battery-powered mowers and outdoor power equipment. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We're on the Bucks.
They're showing Giannis that we're doing everything possible to keep you happy.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
The Bucks have the power to force Giannis to say, I want out.
Madison's home of the Bucks. 100.5 ESPN.
So Jesse Nelson has an unpopular opinion. There's something that's never been said on this show before. Jesse, you don't like baseball's new review system?
I'm getting tired of it. And I don't like what it's done.
Is that the old umpire in you?
No, I don't like what it's done to the game of baseball. Baseball, as long as it's been around, since the dawn of time, has not only been a game of sport, it's been
imperfection.
It's been a game of sociology. The interaction between pitcher and catcher, between teammates on the diamond unable to speak with one another, between managers in opposite dugouts, and of course the relationship for all of those people with the umpires officiating the game. The interaction of debating when something is a ball and a strike has always been a significant one. When do you choose to debate it? When do you choose to get in somebody's grill? When does a manager come out and argue balls and strikes and get thrown out to try and spark his team for a momentum shift in a game and in a season? And now we've taken out the personalization of those interactions to just do this. Tap on the head.
What are you talking about? I just saw a manager got thrown out handing out the lineup card.
Just tapping on the head.
No, he got thrown out handing a lineup card.
This is now how we express disagreement.
So you like when people go out and the Earl Weavers throwing bases and all that stuff?
Yes, it's part of the game. It's what makes the product entertaining and fun.
That's what makes the product entertaining
Partly,
and fun?
it is part of the game. It's part of the baseball experience. I've played the game. I've umpired the game. It's part of the game. Now, everything is computerized in black and white. There's two types of people in the world. There's the type of people when we're sitting up north who like to speculate about, I wonder when this lake came to be. I wonder what bird that is. I wonder what kind of tree that is and how old it is. And then there's the people who get out their phones and they just type it in and they look at it. Oh, it's probably about this old. We've lost the interpersonal nature of the game by just tapping on the head when we disagree with something. And there's a new strategy to it, sure. It's not the same as the game used to be. And while, yes, you may be able to tell whether a ball's inside or outside with a little more consistency, we've now just left it up to an automated system with somebody looking at it saying, let's make the strike zone about this big for this guy. And that's officially what ball and strike is, as opposed to the interpretation of the rule based on a stance, all the things that have been part of the game since the dawn of time. I'm irritated by it. I'm sad for it.
But you're getting more calls right.
Exactly.
So what are you mad about?
It's not always about getting it right.
If the Brewers, there was an instance in the postseason, if I recall, I don't remember the specifics, but there was a questionable ball strike call in a critical moment that would have been potentially corrected by this. And you as a Brewers fan, and especially if it was, say, I don't know, against the Cubs and your arch rival, your nemesis, Craig Counsell, you would rather have this antiquated, romanticized interaction between umpire and manager or catcher or pitcher than have it be right?
Yes. When the NFL allowed pass interference to be reviewed in the interest of getting it right, it made the game worse. Correct?
I don't think balls and strikes are the same.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's an arbitrary call for an official to be entrusted that we then get to stop the game to review. And we all get to look up at the screen, and the little pink thing either lights up or doesn't, and that's now how we debate when we go like this.
It's not like it's like Tausch and tennis, and again, I didn't realize they were using essentially the same graphic system as we see in tennis, but you're right. I think you may be the only person on earth who thinks this is bad.
I see Jeff Passan on SportsCenter saying, look how great this was in Cincinnati the other night, and folks who have been out at the Brewers games over these first two series say, oh, this is so cool that now they get to tell what's a ball and what's a strike. And there's just, again, it's still an arbitrary strike zone. I don't know how they're determining where, okay, it's this for this guy. And, like, it can't move if he decides he's going to stand up a little bit more. It just feels like there's a key component of the game. It's not just about getting it right. It's about the sociology that goes into the game of baseball that we have now entirely lost. And it's just like when people are out at a bar and they see someone, and instead of going and talking to the girl you're interested in, you try to overhear what her name is so you can look her up on Instagram and then try and connect with her there instead of just going to talk to her. This is just impersonalization of sports and society. And now anytime there's a disagreement, you go and you tap your head. When I disagree with Tausch from now, I'm just going to pull myself up on the video screen. I'm just going to go like this.
Yeah,
and that's just going to, okay, let's review that. Oh, I don't know if that fact's right. Let's just take a look. Let's do this. Instead of actually talking about anything, instead of actually seeing the disagreement play out, tap the head. Let AI figure it out.
You could talk about it all you want. Nothing was going to happen, though. Like the ump
Nothing's
rings
going
you
to
up.
happen when he taps his head on you either.
But that's part of the game. It's manipulating the umpires. It's working your relationship with the umpires.
Your best argument is it's similar to pass interference? I would say no. Pass interference is total judgment. There isn't a box that you put it in and say, oh, yep, that's it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is the difference. Here, I think most people agree that the box is fair. If they don't, fix it. Mm-hmm. But there is a strike zone. And
it's not arbitrary.
Calls are missed. And it's in real time. They don't get to go back 3 pitches later and say, well, that second strike you called, but it has to be done in real time. And if it's not, and by the way, both the pitcher and the hitter get a chance to do it. So both sides get that. Offensively, defensive pass interference, I'm with you. I hope they never go back to that road. The NFL is slowly but surely putting in more replay that New York is going to officiate more and more stuff. I don't like it, but that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. In this, there is a concrete thing where tap it up and you get it immediate, it's done, and you move it along. I like it. I'm on board with it. I think it gives the players some responsibility. I'm not so opposed to if you get it wrong as a player, you're out for the game. That
out
would be
for
another,
the game?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen, but
it's like the death penalty.
Disagree with
for
that one.
baseball.
It's not a death penalty. It's you're done for the game.
You're dead for the day.
Because you only get 2 challenges, right?
Right, that's part of it, though, right?
Unless you keep winning, then you just keep. They were like 15 challenges in a game the other night.
Right, but if you're wrong twice, you're donezo.
Maybe that ump
But
should be
you know
right
what I
more
want to
often.
do? I want to go to American Family Field. I want to pay for parking. I want to pay for my ticket. I want to pay for nachos. Pay for a
How
Coors
long
Light.
does it
go
take?
sit down and watch
couple
everybody
of
look at a pink
seconds.
screen on the big jumbotron.
Yeah. First of all, I think people are enjoying the big screen on the jumbotron, from what I can gather.
I'll tell you what, tennis, it's become like the biggest part. People love the in and out calls in tennis.
All right, we need to get to Homer. The reviews are in.
The phones are lighting up, but I can't answer them because we have Homer coming up.
Well, I wanted to get to this because I wanted to get Homer's take on it, but I can't believe how many people are getting after you. Like and some people spelling your name with just an I, by the way, which I think is
hopefully they put a heart over it.
That hurts. Disagree with that. Well, I'm not going to call him out on it. I'm just going to tap my
This may
head.
be the dumbest thing Jesse has ever said.
Review it.
Says Jamie from Orlando.
This is so stupid.
Replies Jacob, he says a lot of dumb things, so that's hard to say.
When Homer's on next segment, anything you disagree with him with, I don't want you to actually confront him about it. I don't want you to have a debate about it. Just tap your head, and then Jason will look it up.
I will just say this before we get to Homer and before Tausch does his next read. If Homer agrees with you, it will give me pause. Because while he says a lot of crazy things, he always means them. So we'll see if Homer is on Team Jesse here. All I know is we are all on Team American Family Insurance.
Indeed, we are. American Family Insurance has been a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch from the jump. And playing in Green Bay for over a decade, I learned quick. When you've got the right protection up front, you play with confidence. And that's what American Family Insurance has been doing for almost 100 years, protecting your home, auto, and the dreams you're building for your family so you can focus on what matters most. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Homer joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. You know that honey-do list that's been sitting on your counter since, 2020? Yeah, we can handle that. From leaky faucets to light fixtures, our handyman team at Bruner Realty fixes it all. Fast, friendly, and done right the first time. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com. Because your to-do list deserves a happy ending.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck & Honey's. Make your Easter celebration one to remember. Spring into this holiday season at Buck & Honey's. Their award-winning restaurant offering seasonal dishes, handcrafted cocktails, and exceptional service. As you gather with loved ones this spring, don't forget to plan ahead for Mother's Day. Treat mom to an unforgettable meal in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Celebrate great food and great company this Easter and Mother's Day. Make your reservation today at their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. We'll see you at Buck & Honey's.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
The sound of summer is back.
First offering to Freeland is a fly ball to right. It is high. It is deep. Bye-bye baseball. Second deck for Salvatore.
Your home for the Crew. 100.5 ESPN.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. You're making love.
I apologize in advance to getting to him late on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, again, the oldest brewery in America and now officially in Wisconsin. Family owned and operated for 6 generations. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. If Homer agrees with Jesse, I'm not going to eat my hats. I'm not going to walk naked around the Capitol, but it's going to force me to reevaluate. I can't imagine that someone who cares about accuracy as much as Steve the Homer True does is on Team Jesse on this. So, Homer, sorry for getting to you late, but Jesse has what some are describing as the worst take in history.
Oh, God, he's had worse than this.
I'm just saying what people are saying.
I'm not going to rank it against others. I just will address the particular take as it is or isn't.
Okay.
I didn't get it. I normally listen. I wasn't. I have a different Uber job today, so I got to be done before 11.
We'll have you out.
So, okay.
Jesse, go ahead. Tell Uncle Homer what your take was.
I dislike the ABS reviews in baseball, Homer. I think they are.
You can't be that stupid. You can't be that stupid.
No, just let him. Hey, Homer, let him keep talking. It actually gets worse.
No, you can't finish. That's like being against 2 and 2 is 4. I just can't believe people say this. No.
It's taking out
Go ahead.
Baseball has always, but you know this, you've covered the game as long as it's been around. Baseball has always been a game of sociology and the relationships among the players with each other.
Who the hell did you make this crap up?
It's true. I've played the game. I've umpired the game. I have not managed the game.
Sociology.
But I've
interacted
with plenty.
Come up with this crap.
That is.
Yes, I play basketball because 5 is the greatest number that ever exists. You go ahead. It keeps getting worse.
It's not about always getting the exact strike zone right. It's about
Good. Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Is it always? It's not always about having the score right. It's not always about having the right number of people on the field. It's not always right about a home run has to go over. Keep going. God, this is amazing. I got to admit.
You ever sit around and there's two different types of people. I said this in the last segment too. There's two different types of people. There's the type of people who I think really are like Tausch, where you could.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I haven't even finished yet.
Why don't you compare the kind? They're two different kinds of cats. What the hell does that have to do with what we're talking about?
There are people who like to.
We have an issue. It's right or wrong.
There are people who like to figure things out and don't always just default to looking it up on their phones and using AI to figure out the first thing possible. And then there's people who will say, I'm just going to Google it. And it takes all the fun and all of the interaction and all of the personalization out of the experience. And that's what ABS has done.
Can I make a suggestion? You need help. I mean, I like to get it for you free, but I mean, I'm curious what a psychiatrist would say to your.
Here's Homer, if I may, Jesse is an ump at heart. I think he was never. No offense, Jesse, he was never a good enough athlete to play. So he is.
If he's a giraffe at heart, he would think certain things.
So he's an ump, and he is always looking at things from an umpire's perspective. And old boy last night was embarrassed. That was a brutally bad call. Hold up, and you can go. It was a brutally bad call. The dude was embarrassed. This is making umpires look bad, and the more head tapping that goes, the more the guys look bad.
I disagree.
Well, no,
I disagree.
I'm just telling you what Jesse. You asked how Jesse. I'm breaking Jesse down here. Sociologically and psychologically, he is only looking at this from a perspective of, I was an ump. I don't like it that they're making us look bad as a group. Go for it.
You're correct. Okay. Just the key is, this is not making umps look bad. This is making bad umps look bad. And they've all known who the bad umps were, and you know who the bad umps are. And they need to not be doing this anymore. And people need to say, great person. I mean, I think you're nicer than Mr. Rice. But you can't ump. You're done. The key to anything is to get the bad people out. For some reason, I don't know why, umps support other bad umps. And this has done a great job at making it clear that the umps are really good. But some umps are really bad, and they need to be removed. Everybody knew who they were, and this is great because it's going to get rid of them. And the good umps should be happy about this, though they may not have to say so publicly.
If I may, let me tap the head. Tap the head because I want to review something. I'll be passive-aggressive about it. This is not pertaining to the out call at first base last night. There is a major difference between a very clear fair ball, foul ball, safe out, on the base, not on the base. Those are like saying, did the guy have 2 feet down in football? Did he have possession of the ball in football? Those are things that are very clearly defined. What ABS is doing is basically the equivalent in football would be if we have some arbitrary system that determines when it is or is not holding on every play. And every time Micah Parsons thinks there's holding, he can tap his head and somebody's going to go review to see if there was, by definition of the rule book, holding or not. That's what the strike zone ball and strikes is.
Arbitrary?
Because it is. A strike zone is arbitrary.
It
has to be over the plate, but there is no literal definition of where it begins and where it ends. This is how it's been trained for generations. How much of the ball has to be on the line?
There actually is. It's in the rule book exactly where it starts and finishes.
You're an umpire. You should know that.
But it's all based on individual players and where their stance begins and ends and how they step into the box.
It isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Well, it's not anymore. They literally were saying I forgot if it was, I was watching the Yankees-Mariners game for a bit, and I had the Brewers game on, so I forgot which game it was, but they were saying they've literally changed the definition this year.
Is the Brewers game going to be on that channel all year? Or is
yes.
It just,
yeah.
Oh, okay, so we will get it if you have that certain...
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, Brewers TV. They have changed the definition of the strike zone to no longer be where the ball crosses the plate. It's now where the ball is in the middle of the plate. And it's been an entire adjustment for the home plate umpire calling balls in strikes because
buddy,
it's different
hold on.
of the sensor things.
Nice try. If you didn't notice that whenever a player disagrees with the call, they're almost 100% right. So they have clearly figured out what it is. The machine has figured out what it is, but some umps haven't. If the players had the same opinion that you've expressed about when it's picked or whatever it is, I would agree with you. Why do they always get it, and I mean 99% when they complain, get it right, if they had the same so-called problem that the umps do?
Yeah.
Which, of course, is made up, but you've tried to find some way to support them.
Well, it's sociology, really.
Yeah.
That's always been what's been great about the game of baseball is
what is it? Just so I know here, because that's what all this is about. Has nothing to do with the issue. This is just learning about you. What has been great about the game of baseball?
I would argue the best value of a manager is not putting together a lineup or knowing when to go to the bullpen. It's
how to argue with them.
How to work the umpires. How to
the
get
greatest?
Calls.
See,
and that is number one on the list?
You've never watched tennis.
That's a tough
because
segment.
One of the major parts of tennis used to be that they went to the machine, and now the game is a million times better because it's about the game, not about the crazy heads. Even, I mean, we don't have John McEnroe to see how he would have just, but
Here's why you're wrong.
It's about the game.
Here's why you're wrong.
The game.
I am not a tennis fan. I do not watch tennis. I will occasionally turn on a major final if it's in like a fifth set.
So you haven't seen how it's worked, but others have.
Yeah, tennis has been the gold standard in replay.
What is the greatest moment in tennis history?
There's a bunch of them.
You're not going to say
Nadal.
you cannot be serious. That's not what you're going to say.
Federer and Nadal at Wimbledon. Djokovic and Nadal
McEnroe is
at
the greatest moment in tennis history, and it's because there was no replay.
It was when somebody figured out the sociological whatever something. If it's the same the way you view baseball.
There have been greater individual matchups and rivalries and all that stuff, but the greatest moment in tennis was McEnroe. It was on the line. That's no longer a thing, and I'd argue that's why tennis isn't as popular as it once was.
Jesse, no.
I believe Tausch is tapping his head.
There's, yeah.
Like I said,
no more
this
tennis
is
talk
all
from you.
about learning about you. And you keep going for. I mean, and I can't be surprised. I always wonder if someone tried to defend why 2 and 2 isn't 4, the directions they would have to go. And you have proven that when you hold on to that, you got to go stronger and stronger. You have like plan B, C, D, E. You just keep going. I give you credit for that. Now I know.
No, you don't give him credit.
It's say 2 and 2 isn't 4.
It's completely.
I know the direction I have to go.
No, it's completely insane.
Sociological is the key.
Yep, you got to have the sociological.
Yeah. Fighting it, the key, the greatest moment of tennis, I'm looking back, is when John McEnroe, when it was 15-30, he said, no, it's not 15-30, it's 15-62.
Seriously, or what is that, whatever he yells.
You cannot be serious!
Yes.
Greatest moment in tennis, I'm being told.
It
Homer,
is!
Bye.
It
I
is
gotta
not.
go, I'm out of
you
time.
didn't. Yes, I know, I'm letting you go.
Historic.
Thank you.
This has been historic.
You did not
Historic.
disappoint.
Bye.
I am very glad that we got to this before we had Homer join us because, you know what I'm thinking? You cannot be serious. We need to get to the carbless talk and text line. The amount of texts I'm getting privately from not just Josh DiMaggio either, who is clearly in an uproar, but many others. And that can only be indicative of what the carbless talk and text line and the YouTube comments are indicating. So we will get to those coming up. I mean, I thought maybe there was an outside chance that Homer would support you. I could not have been more wrong. We can review that one. Clearly, the sociological thing. My goodness. There is no debate, though. You don't need to review it. Gruber Law Offices is the best in the business. They've got all kinds of awards, but more importantly, They've got all kinds of wins. Now, hopefully you never have to make the one call. That's all. But if you do, make sure you make it to Grubel offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Grubel offices, one call. That's all. I can't wait to see what people are saying. The sociological experiment of people's responses to Jesse is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Brewers baseball is back.
Mizorowski, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Blew a fastball by him at 99 for his 11th strikeout of the afternoon.
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, it's bracket season, and Pizza Hut's got the watch parties covered. And right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, and finished with garlic parm seasoning. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. A large 3-topping pizza for just $10 on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhafels. Upgrade your sleep game during Steinhafels Mattress Madness. Get top brands, unbeatable prices, free delivery, and a 120-night sleep guarantee. Only at Steinhafels.
Is Wisconsin basketball blue blood? No. But are they a Cinderella mid-major type school? Absolutely not.
Wisconsin legend Frank Kaminsky on the state of the Badgers in a changing college basketball world. The former National Player of the Year on why Wisconsin shouldn't be seen as a Cinderella.
The Big Ten was a very, very good conference because you go into the tournament, you never know who's going to be the best conference. And Wisconsin was competitive with obviously the best programs in the country this year. So if you want to say it's like a Cinderella type situation, if they win a couple games in the tournament, I just think that's a ridiculous thing to say.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
This summer, the backyard party starts with Carbless. Celebrate America's 250th birthday with the all-new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's refreshing, it's bold, it's packed with classic summer flavor, and it's ready to go wherever the party takes you. From barbecues to bonfires, make every get-together a little more blissful with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up your brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6 and follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot! A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I just want to thank Jesse Nelson and tell him how much I appreciate how brave he is. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your bravery.
I just want to make sure, Jesse, because you're a good team player, man. You're a good teammate.
He is.
You're not doing this for like engagement. You firmly believe what you're saying.
It's all sociological.
There was at least one text that said, "Is this an April Fool's joke?" No, our stance on April Fool's Day is well documented. I hate April Fool's Day. This is legit.
Did I believe this? I broke this
I
down.
will stand by this.
I broke this down correctly to Homer, right? You are an ump at heart. You admire umpiring. You respect it. You think they're appreciated. You do the read to make sure people get out to ump, and you try to get people to volunteer because there is a shortage because people are very tough on umps.
Wholeheartedly, which also
that plays into your bias.
I am not always going to err on the side of an umpire. Angel Hernandez.
You can admit last night's ump screwed it up big time.
Yeah,
it was a total butcher
and he's
job.
behind the plate today, and it could be a debacle. And this is a preemptive strike, knowing what's probably going to happen with the Brewers-Rays game this afternoon with the
over
Miz
under
pitching.
7 taps.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of taps today with him out doing the plate. But this is going to discourage more people who are already discouraged because of fan interaction from getting into officiating in the first place. There's going to be an even worse shortage.
There's your best
at
argument.
Youth sports levels.
For sure.
Because
there won't be any tap.
Well, you don't get the head tap in Little League.
Timmy in 5th grade is going to start doing this because he doesn't want to confront the
there's
ump.
cameras. Listen, I've had, as a coach, I've had a mother of one of the daughters come over and show me when they were called out for throwing a bat, that the kid didn't throw the bat.
Yeah, Timmy's dad is going to be over at third base with his
YouTube
phone
deal there. Yeah,
focused on third base, and every time there's a play at third, here, ump, you want to take a look? Review it. It's going to be the worst. I'm sure it already has impacted it. Now, it's one thing if you're doing fair and foul down the line, over the wall or not over the wall. Like those, again, are very clear-cut things. When we're doing balls and strikes, and it's slowing down the game, and the bigger ovations now from the fans are for when something is overturned to be a strike instead of when Sal Frelick hits a home run in the 3rd inning.
There's
that's
no
a problem.
way that people are cheering more for the ball strike
In
call.
Cincinnati, they did.
I will
Cincinnati,
say
they did.
It's new, so people are going to be excited about it. I can't comment on that because I haven't watched enough or been to a game yet.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get to your calls and your texts on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 844-770-3776.
Your manager talk, though, that is so dumb. Like, that is the dumbest thing you said. And you said some dumb things there. But when you said the most important thing a manager is working an ump.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Not setting the lineup, not deciding when to pull a pitcher.
Or, like, who's playing. And, yeah, I mean, that was tough. That was tough.
It's a tough scene.
You got to gain a competitive advantage. Barry Alvarez taught me that.
Is working umps important? Certainly it is. Mm-hmm. Is it the top of the food chain, or is it the thing you enjoy most about watching your coach? I don't know about that. But I will say, if you're asking me about Earl Weaver, I'm going to tell you his reactions to being thrown out of games is what I remember about him. That is true.
That was his calling card. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Making the command decision now. If we have to delay and do double Wisconsin geography Thursday trivia, we will. But at one point, Jesse said, and I quote, "There's so many texts, I can't keep up with them all."
I mean, I've picked 4 kind of randomly, but there are...
Out of the cheese fry helmet.
I think we get like 15 on a page. It comes through on this website. There's like 15 on a page. I think I've got like 4 pages of them at least already.
That doesn't even include the YouTube comments, the private texts, and probably some people have called, too, have they not?
Oh, yeah, we got a couple on hold here. Yeah, we'll get to those.
You're such a good sport. And again, I want to emphasize, this is Jesse's actual opinion. We don't do the fake outrage, rage bait, make stuff up that we don't actually believe on this program. We don't do that. That's not how we do this. Jesse believes this. So keep that in mind in your responses. I think my favorite so far is, are you sure this isn't an April Fool's joke? 844-770-3776. That is the Carb List Talk and text line. This is more. We'll get to your calls and texts after Tausch tells us about Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where we will be a week from today.
Indeed, we are hitting the road to one of our favorite places to go do a show, and Wilde and Tausch is going to be live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Wednesday, April 8th. Jason, Jesse, and myself, we're all going to be on site from 9 to noon for the show, and it's Wednesday, so that means deals, especially if you're over 55. Come on down, grab a great luncheon with over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment. Who knows what we're going to get into at Hard Rock after the show. Can't forget about those diverse dining options, museum-worthy memorabilia, and sports books that I know old Jell and I are going to dabble, especially with a little brewer stuff. Come see us for Wilde and Tausch on Wednesday, April 8th, down in Rockford, Illinois, right off of I-90, just an hour from Madison.
844-770-3776. Jesse, you're a good sport. Your take is ridiculous, but this is fun.
I have received at least 2 messages of support.
How's your mom doing?
My mom's not listening today.
Which is probably good for her.
Haven't heard from my dad, though, which is a little concern. Or my fake dad, which either one, I don't know how they'd feel about this.
The 11 o'clock
tell you, your
hour.
fake dad's going to think you're an idiot. I can
Yes,
almost
he is.
positively think that.
I do believe. We started in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Now through April 5th, when you spend $50, you get 30% off, and you get 2 free pair of socks with code SOCKS2. That's socks and the number 2. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Bosa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. Hope you're having a great day. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors. Trusted and local experts providing the best quality roof siding, windows, and doors expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Milwaukee Brewers win the second of their 3-game set with the Tampa Bay Rays last night, 6-2 the final. Brandon Woodruff making his first start on the mound for the season for the Brewers with the win. Brewers and Rays go at it in the rubber game of their 3-game set this afternoon at American Family Field. 12:40 first pitch. Pre-game coverage starts just afternoon right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz, on the mound for the Brewers. Of course, Milwaukee's opening day starter, fresh off that 11 strikeout franchise record-setting opening day performance. The Milwaukee Bucks winners last night over the Dallas Mavericks, and that's not all. Doc Rivers also set to be inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2026. Congratulations to the Bucks head coach. Doc leads the Bucks on the road against the Houston Rockets tonight's 7 o'clock tip. You can also listen to that one here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The Jesse Nelson Hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Jesse, what do you want to do first? Do you want to read the 2 text messages you've gotten of support? Do you want to get to calls? How would you like to approach the hole that you continue to dig with your shovel?
Boomer and Athelstein, my guy. Met him at the meat raffle a couple of weeks ago.
Where is Athelstein?
Near Crivets. That's actually really close to where our spot is.
Country, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like whitewater rafting?
There's the great whitewater rafting up in Crivets,
yes.
right?
Yeah. More or less.
Sure. Yeah.
I agree with Jesse 100% on baseball. Leave the game as it was supposed to be. Boomer and Athelstein. Now,
posing for a photo with him influence his opinion just like you being an umpire has influenced yours?
Well, okay. Now, here's the thing. So this is my guy, Boomer. I'm at Lakeside Bar and Grill up north. Appreciate that. I'm not saying leave the game as it has always been. Like, obviously, there have been improvements to the game. The pitch clock has been an improvement to the game.
How do you want to do the challenges?
I don't want balls and strikes reviewed. I want umpires calling balls and strikes.
At all!
Yeah. I don't like when they put the graphic on TV. I don't like when they tell you where it's inside or outside.
How about safe or out at first?
Yeah, that's fine.
You're okay with that?
Yeah. Safe or out. Ball beats foot, foot beats ball, ball and glove, fair foul, over the fence, not over the fence. All that stuff is fair game. Balls and strikes is where I draw the line. Leave that alone. And it's too late, and it's never going back now because this has already been deemed a success by apparently everybody but me and Boomer and Wade Bates of ESPN Beaver Dam in 5 days. This is going to be
fairness,
great.
You got a hell of a crew there. You, Batesy, and Boomer. That's not a bad little triumvirate to keep together.
Here's one from Ian in East Troy. Sorry for speeding, officer. It's really not about what the speed limit is. It's about how much fun I had going fast.
Not bad.
Ian, that's not what this is.
It's about the sociological interaction between him and the officer.
Now, what if you were never allowed to state your case to an officer when you're speeding? I don't think this is a fair comparison, but if we're going to go down this road... Okay, officer pulls you over. You got a pregnant wife that you're trying to take to the hospital. Officer pulls you over. You're not going to be able to talk your way out. Nope, just is or isn't, black or white. Automatic system says you were speeding. Here's your ticket. Get out of here.
Well done. Nicely done.
All right, Jesse, let's get to some calls.
Wouldn't the pregnant wife be to tap her head and say, and then show her belly? And then
she's going to tap her head. Oh, yeah, let's review it. And then they go.
Maybe she taps the belly.
Taps the belly. Yep.
All right. Jesse, first of all, the first call is from Levi in Stevens Point. He's
on your team.
He is always pro Jesse, except when he steals your mouse.
He's kind of been not on my team ever since I did accuse him of potentially stealing my mouse, which I have not returned back from Stevens Point. So,
and you have not rescinded that allegation either.
I mean, I haven't been proven wrong.
Jesse's so excited when he takes pictures with fans, by the way.
Yeah,
you like being a big star, don't you?
His smile is enormous. His mouth's kind of open a little bit. He's so happy.
Levi was at my wedding, unlike you. Like, it's great to run into people you haven't seen in a while when I'm out doing
provide him with
Wednesdays.
that opportunity. Yeah. All right, let's see. Is Levi Team Jesse? Levi, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Here's your chance to support your boy.
Well, good morning, guys. And Tausch, what's up, my man?
How are you, Levi? You got to be You got to be against Jesse here, right?
Well, you guys know I appreciate Jesse as a brother from another mother. You know that saying goes, but this time
Jesse's actually looking for a brother. That's perfect.
Yeah, I have to disagree with my boy on this one with all due respect.
He said with all due respect.
Oh, then it's
so
okay.
He's fine.
Then it's
yes.
okay. Yeah.
I still appreciate it, but I've been looking up on the internet since this debate for the last 45 minutes that, according to Major League Baseball on their Twitter, they said the total challenges for the last 5 days have overturn rate 54% on 175 attempts, which is a little bit better, but I'm saying that the replay challenge for the ABS system is a little bit faster than the NFL challenge.
It is much faster. It is
much more efficient.
Now, let's tap our head on that because Tausch said 99% of the challenges have been overturned earlier. That's not true.
I don't remember him saying that.
I said you said 90-something% earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Call in ABS. Let's go look back at it.
I think ABS. I think of the old bull. You guys know the old bowler used to sell, you know what I'm talking about. Levi knows what I'm talking about. ABS. All right, continue.
Sure. I'm going to try to continue, but I can't stop laughing about that segment earlier. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm done.
But it was
with
hilarious.
Levi, you're not helping me.
We're here.
Jesse's ejecting you.
That's the umpire.
Throwing you
He's
out,
mad.
Levi.
You could tap your head as you're walking off the field.
But what an interesting social interaction we just had, huh? Wouldn't you say that was entertaining?
Huh. Yeah, well, nobody's throwing Levi. I mean, I don't know. All right, what's next?
Interestingly, I'm looking at the ABS challenge rates from ESPN. They've got it all broken down. The Miami Marlins have a 0% success rate for their batters, and the Dodgers have a 100% success rate. So there is a difference.
Oh my God, the Dodgers are good at everything.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Jesse, there's no way I can read this small of font.
Ray in Oak Creek is making it personal. Jesse is dead wrong, and he spelled it with an IE. This is classic from his generation. They do not like accountability. Forever, the umps could subjectively decide the strike zone. If the ump disliked a player or coach, he could punish a team. This holds umps accountable and gets the calls right. This is great for baseball. Ray in Oak Creek.
I agree with Ray.
I think he's got my generation confused with the one under me.
I'm going to say this. There was, and it was, I think, Joe West. Who was the ump that called the outside pitch? Like it was
Joe
off.
West, Angel Hernandez had a bad reputation.
You shouldn't, as a player, have to say, well, old boy calls an outside strike that's off the plate 3 inches. Like there's obviously a margin here where it's debatable, and I don't think umps should be punished if they ring a guy up and the ball is just a sliver off of that box. That's different than missing by 2 inches because it's hard to hit a baseball. Ray is right. And we could say this in the NFL too. We want some accountability. There's no press conference after. They don't have to have the same critique. They're asking in the NFL. They're asking for big raises. There's a lot of things in play here. I like Ray's text here. I think there's a lot of truths in what he's saying. The generation thing, I get confused on that too. I don't know what Gen X, Gen Z, that I don't know. Do I think that there needs to be more accountability? Yes.
844-770-3776. Jesse, have you found any callers that are here to support you, or would you like to get to another text that pseudo supports you?
I can't find another text that pseudo supports me, so why don't we try a call because I don't know what they're going to say.
Okay, 844-770-3776. Let's go to Phil in Cedarburg. Phil, good morning. Welcome to the Roast of Jesse Nelson and the ABS replay system.
Thank you, gentlemen. I can't support Jesse, but I'm going to try to understand him.
Good luck.
How old is Jesse?
34 years old, Phil.
How old
Gen Z, right?
No, millennial.
Oh, millennial.
Okay, so you kind of grew up, I got a daughter in her mid-20s, so you're a little bit older, but she was telling me, like, how crazy the world is. We don't understand what it's like growing up with all this social media nonsense, surveillance this, surveillance that. See, we're older, so we had the world where, at least I'm older,
I'm with you. As you know, Phil, I'm a member of the AARP, as Tausch has pointed out.
Phil can come down to the Hard Rock next Wednesday and get half off lunch.
Exactly.
Yeah, senior discount. Yeah, baby. But I get it. This world makes you sad because it just feels like it's all electronic. It's all computerized. Everyone's staring at their phone. Like nothing's real anymore. Drones are fighting wars. It just. I get it. I get where he's coming from. Like the world like that, at some point, if you grow up in that world, you yearn for like human contact and human. And we grew up in a world where we had a lot of human contact, so we appreciate
and arguing with an umpire,
to get things right. But it's that piled on everything else. That's what it is. I understand, Jesse. I get you, Jesse. You're wrong about this, but I understand where you're coming from.
What a great call!
But I'm glad we had the sociological experience where we got to discuss this, Phil, as opposed to just saying you're wrong.
Did you take some sociology classes? Is that where this is coming from?
In college, yeah.
You're as predictable as pudding.
I understand where Jesse's coming from. He's wrong, but I understand him.
That might
I
be
don't know.
call.
I want you to explain, and it was a good point on wanting more personal interaction because I think society is going down a very slippery road in having less and less. Mm-hmm. Explain to me how this one ump and one manager is going to make some difference in the community of more personal interaction, because that's really what this comes down to. You want to see people yell at each other and fans get all up in arms. Fans are more up in arms about watching this and saying in a unified way, they got it right, they got it wrong. So that part of it doesn't make any sense. You really think that interaction with Craig Counsell and an ump, or you just believe that that's going to be the case? I don't get because the point is good, but it doesn't make any sense because it's not really what it doesn't apply. Exactly.
Right. Like, Jesse, and again, I want to get some more feedback because this is really fun for me. What I don't get is
you are to make bingo at the baseball park. That could be fun.
No, they do that, and it's all on your phones. And this is
no. You got to bring, and it's like, you're sitting next to a ground ball to the third baseman, bink, and then you win like a 50-50 raffle.
Yes, they have this.
That's fun.
It exists on the
That's
ballpark
community.
app. Is it, though? Because it's today's community, which is everybody's got their head in their phone at the game.
I want you buying a card.
Watch the game this afternoon on Brewers TV. Every time they come back from commercial, when they used to come back from commercial, everybody would be holding up signs and having fun and watching what's going on. Now everybody's just looking down at their phones the whole time, every time.
These are two different issues that are not connected, and you can be right about human interaction and sociology and be wrong on whether or not you're getting the call right or wrong. I just can't believe that someone who is such a devoted Brewers fan, whose father was an usher, in case you haven't heard, at previously known as Miller Park, now AmFam Field, who I have the video of you celebrating a home run out in the bleachers. I don't remember which game it was. Was it Prince Fielder
that hit it? Tier 1 Dave had the home run ball.
But here's the thing: the Brewers could be in a Game 7 of a series, and you're suggesting then this is the reality of your position, Jesse, is that Sal Frelick can be at the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs, with a chance to win the game with a base hit. And if they get the pitch wrong and he gets called out on strikes and the Brewers don't go to the World Series, your argument is you're okay with that because that's the human element of baseball. And that's the difference between the team you love getting to its first World Series since I was 10 years old and not. Like, there's no way you can believe that.
Do all Saints fans want pass interference to still be reviewed today? Because that's the same thing.
Right, but what you're arguing right now is something that is working. And look, there's plenty, as Levi pointed out, I just looked up the same stat. He's right. Like 54% means that there are some people that are tapping their heads that aren't very good at it. So
it's almost 50%. Yeah.
It's not all these, right, thank you. All these umpires are not always wrong. But again, like, if you wanted to say, I think there should be a limit on them during the regular season, and then in the playoffs, it's different. Like the NFL has some different rules for the playoffs. I can at least hear you out on that. But your argument is basically saying that if the Brewers lose a game in the playoffs on a questionable ball strike call, you're just going to say, hey, that's the way the ball bounces. And I just can't imagine feeling that way if you feel as strongly as you do about that team.
They really have Brewers bingo. Like, I love that idea. I think it's fantastic. So you go to the park and it's all on an app.
It's on the MLB ballpark
app
where your ticket is. I think it would be
really fun. When do people usually win? Like, when is the bingo
I don't know. I've never won. My friend John plays it every game he goes to. He's got season tickets.
So it's like ground ball out to third base and you click.
Yeah, like a 5-3 putout or...
That's such a fun idea. Has that been going on for a while?
They used to do it on like Kids and Seniors Day. They did a physical card. but I think since they went to the ballpark app for ticketing a couple of years ago, they started doing it.
We need to go back to that's a fun thing. That's community. Not Earl Weaver yelling at Joe West. You sit next to some random person saying, did you just get that free spot? I'm close to bingo. That's what's community. Not arguing with an ump. Jesse, start highlighting the positives, and let's get Brewers bingo rolling.
We'll get to more of your responses to Jesse's hypothesis coming up. I'm going to tell you, it's not bingo with the Bucks; it's behind the Bucks.
It's bango. Am I right?
Yeah,
nice.
Well played. Nicely done. On the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. The Bucks Take on the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is available right now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and the ESPN Wisconsin app, plus wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. More of your responses to Jesse's sociological experiment next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Get ready to sip into summer with the new Carbless Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack. 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple, all packed up and ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. It's backyard barbecues, fireworks, lawn games, and the classic summer flavor in every can. This season, bring the party, bring the nostalgia, and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up your brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
My fiance wanted to incorporate me in the process of picking out my engagement ring. And we went to Chalmers, and that was the first place that we went to look for rings.
The staff educated us right away, and we felt very comfortable, and I learned a lot about diamonds.
Chalmers did a great job explaining the process to us, the type of grade of the diamond.
Just from the second you walk in, I mean, there's somebody who's taking you over, showing you exactly what you want in your price range.
I think that my ring is the most beautiful ring I've ever seen, thanks to Chalmers Jewelers.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor. When neighbors connect through the Feeding America network, small actions ripple into lasting impact. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Take action to end hunger now at feedingamerica.org.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Let's get back to the phones. You know that you've gotten Josh DiMaggio fired up when I haven't checked the Wilde and Tausch Village text chain, and I have 56 alerts from him.
Yeah, that's a lot. Hey, Jesse, I just got a text. You're not going to save face at some point and go back and say, oh, April Fool's. This is...
No,
I just want to confirm
he had
again.
his chance.
No.
Yeah.
Did you guys not think this, watching opening day and, every inning, tap, tap, tap?
I didn't think it was as obtrusive as other replays I've endured. No, I didn't. I thought it was pretty
it happens
expedited.
in 10 seconds.
Yeah, and I do. I'm gonna. Tausch is right. I like the tennis style graphic. I'm a total sucker for it. Every time it's on, I'm like, oh, that's neat.
Community build.
Oh, great. I get to watch baseball. They're putting the pink
think-
box up again, and I get to see if it lights up or not.
Will the bingo card have a call overturned, ABS in the first inning? Will that be part of the bingo?
I haven't been to a game yet this year. I can't say with any certainty, but when I go to a game, hopefully a little bit later this month when they're back at home, I will give you a full report back on baseball
I'm fine
bingo.
in this bingo. I am all in on this bingo.
We could go and play together. How
That'd
about
be
that?
fun.
Yeah.
We could do it right before the Annex Wealth Management trivia.
Let's get to another call. Now, Mike the Wedding DJ is team Jesse on a lot of things, right? I mean, you guys
Jesse
played
only took him out to
fantasy football
lunch,
again?
not dinner, though. So I don't know how that plays.
He's a Dolphins fan. He's very excited about Sully, and
he is really bad at fantasy football based on our Wilde and Tausch League results.
You need all the help you can get. I don't know if insulting people is the way you want to go.
Hey, I'm ABS. I'm just telling you the facts.
Mike, good morning. Are you here to support your old friend Jesse?
All right, first of all, I want to clarify. Jesse is correct. I did very poorly in the ESPN league, but in the $100 league I was in, I won. And that league includes the Dean, Dennis Semrau, who is a fantasy football veteran.
Yeah, he's legendary. Yeah, he's one of the GOATs.
Yes.
Yep, you're right.
I won that league, and I beat Dennis in the playoff semifinals to knock him out. Okay, so hi to my friend Dennis, who I hope is listening. Second of all, baseball bingo, you don't have to go to the park, Tausch. You can play it on the MLB app every day, and you can play it on every game going on. You don't even have to be watching the game. You can play it.
Yeah, but I want to watch the game. That's the whole fun of it. Bingo is not meant to be a virtual game. Bingo is in person.
You are correct, but I play it while watching the Brewer game.
Okay.
So you don't have to be attending, Tausch.
Right.
You can watch the game on TV on whatever channel it is.
I will only play when I'm at the game because I want the community that Jesse's talking about. I want to be able to sit there next to Phyllis and say, Phyllis, I just got first inning base hit, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, continue on, Mike.
And that makes sense, Tausch. Yes, I certainly understand. Okay. I umpired for several years in the Madison area for the Memorial, Monona, Wanakee, doing freshman, JV, and varsity games. So I come at this from the same viewpoint Jesse does, and I understand his line of thinking. But I don't agree with Jesse for this reason, and it's for the reason that Homer gave. You want to get the call right, and nothing infuriates me more as a former umpire watching a horrible umpire. I about lost it and broke my TV when C.B. Buckner made that horrible call. It doesn't have to do with ABS, but that horrible call last night. C.B. Buckner had the most calls wrong in his first game this season behind the plate. I think he had 6 calls overturned. Watch the game today if you can, not only for the Miz, but to see how many times C.B. Buckner gets the calls wrong. We shouldn't be watching games because of that, but it's added a new entertainment element. But like Homer said, the bad umpires need to be exposed, and they need to be fired. C.B. Buckner has been one of the worst umpires and is known as the worst umpire since Angel Hernandez finally left the game, who was clearly the worst umpire I'd ever seen in my life, and I'm sure Jesse would agree and you guys would agree. The other point I want to make up, Jason, your example of Sal Frelick in Game 7 of a game to go to the World Series is excellent. One thing you have not pointed out that's very important in the ABS system is you only get 2 challenges.
Yep.
What if you got to that point of the game, Jason, and the Brewers are out of challenges, Frelick gets rung up on a ball 3 inches outside, and we don't go to the World Series because we've blown that challenge. It brings another element of strategy to the game.
Yeah.
If you've listened to the broadcast, Murphy has told his guys, the batters, do not challenge for the most part, especially early in the game. He needs at least 1 challenge in the 8th and 9th inning. You've got to save that challenge. It's like saving your instant replay challenge in football. It's brought a whole new dimension and strategy, which I love, to the game. You've got to think about that. If you blow if I'm watching a baseball game and my opponent has blown both of their challenges, I feel much better because I know then we're going to win every bad strike call against the opposing team. That's not the way it should be, but that's the way it is now. So this is our new reality. As Tausch says, we're not going back, and I love this system. It's quick. You actually know it beforehand because at least the box on the Brewer games, I've known how they're going to call every one before the replay because the box shows you.
Mm-hmm.
And when they go to the replays last night, there was one that was 1/10 of an inch outside. That was a ball. That's how close a lot of these are. I mean, it's amazing.
Your point.
I love this.
Yeah, your point, Mike, and thanks for the call, and thanks for not supporting Jesse. The point about the strategy and saving them for the critical moments is also a good one, because I think Jesse has emphasized, well, you keep getting them right. You just get to keep them all. Keep it going. Yeah, but you get 2 wrong, and you're donezo, and you're going to wish you had that available to you later in the game. So, look, I'm having a blast with this, but I think that point, Tausch, and you're all about strategy and making things better. Like, I think it's important to recognize that you have to make sure you have them for the most critical moments in the game. So it's not like it's just a free-for-all.
There is strategy, and I think everybody loves, especially in the media world and everything else, you love to be able to analyze that and then to decipher whether you made the right move. But the reason this is so absurd is it's not taking up a ton of time, and there is clarity. Pass interference, there's not. It's subjective.
Agreed.
Jesse could sit here and tell me that the strike zone's not, but Homer brought up a great point. The players know. The pitchers know. And, yes, there's going to be some close calls. I don't know how it works. If it's on the are there any that the call will go to the umpire if it's right on if the ball's in the middle of the line?
No, if it's touching, it's in.
If it touches the line, it's in. Everybody knows that, so the hitter will deal with it. They can be disappointed or upset about it, but the standard is set. Pass interference, that's never going to be the case. It's too subjective. You are going to see the NFL implement more and more of this stuff. You're already seeing it with expedited review. That's all this is. It's making the game better because all anyone ever says, coaches, players, I just want consistency. This is going to bring more consistency to a strike zone than Jesse hoping and saying, well, there's human error. We are becoming more robotic as a society. That's where we're headed. Deal with it or get away from it.
All right, I want to get to a couple of texts before we run out of show because I think Jesse flashed what may have been the greatest text message in show history from Grant and Madison. Maybe after this take, it's time for us to have a conversation about Jesse's haircut.
No, that's good. That's pretty good.
Why is there always one baseball conversation we have every year that's going to be like carrying the entire season of just ridiculous? Oh, they got swept by the Athletics. They're done. Proceed to win the division. Oh, Pat Murphy. Do we need to have a conversation? Best team in baseball.
This is it.
This is it for this year.
ABS sucks. It's bad for people's skills. More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, it's bracket season, and Pizza Hut's got the watch parties covered. And right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, and finished with garlic parm seasoning. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. A large 3-topping pizza for just $10 on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is our crew.
A drive, left center, deep. See you later.
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
At the track, at the wall, jumped up. Jackson Chario brought it back. Oh,
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquartered in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Gearing up for tailgating, fireworks, festivals, and updating your home. This is an absolute season for it all. Siding Unlimited can handle the home part. Start the process by visiting Siding Unlimited at 2018 South Stoughton Road and check out our amazing showroom. Ideas will follow, and eventually you'll experience our fantastic carpenters installing new windows, siding, roofing, and doors. We do it all, and it starts by visiting our showroom or going to sidingunlimited.com.
Legacy? Yingling, 197 years family owned. That's elite. But legends evolve. Meet Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and it actually tastes like beer. Crisp, clean, goes the distance. No regret in a can here. Your beer should keep up with you. Flight's putting up MVP numbers in the light beer game. The other guys on the bench. Wisconsin, level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
What's next for Giannis and the Bucks?
Giannis was sold coming into the year on championship contention. They just have not been able to get on the same page about winning, about the future, about him.
Stay up to date right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Jesse Nelson Show rolls on. In case you were looking forward, and I know you were because we all enjoy this on Wednesdays, to Wilde and Tausch Wisconsin Geography Wednesday Trivia, presented by Iron Jock, which gave away a hoodie earlier today when we were talking to Bryan Bulaga, and of course by Cousin Subs, which we had lots of Cousin Subs last week when Tausch was on assignment. We will do double Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs tomorrow. I'll even save Jesse's questions from today so he doesn't have to do double the work again. So we will get to that. But I do want to get to a few more text messages before we run out of show, because this has been a lovely surprise. And quite frankly has even surpassed my hopes and expectations, especially that last text message.
I mean, I'm trying to find it. The strikeout box is suggestive from Sam in Madison.
Suggestive?
Yes.
Like wearing a low-cut dress?
The box is usually from the batter's knee to the team name on the chest. All batters are different heights and stances.
Yeah, nobody calls
which make
the
it
letters
suggestive.
either.
No, nobody does. It
calls
goes to
letters.
about the waistline, unless you're doing Little League. Little League, then you go up to about the chest, maybe the belly button. But again, you don't know exactly where that is. So everybody, it's based on the stance.
I hate tight strike zones in Little League, too. I think it's absurd. Go ahead.
Someone in the YouTube comments said that they and again, that is not the bastion of fact-checked information. But I don't know anything about this because I've seen anecdotal evidence watching games as I'm flipping through channels or watching the Brewers games on the Brewers channel on my cable. Someone suggested that they measured this, like they take video of the player.
They actually had to get the accurate heights of guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I have heard that.
So there is the suggestive or subjective notwithstanding, there is some science in this to make sure that they are adjusting it for every player.
Brian Anderson said on the Yankees-Mariners game last night that some players saw their heights decrease this offseason. It was the return of the short kings in baseball, as he said it last night. Because
isn't our guy Jet like 5'6"?
I don't actually know. I'm not sure how tall he is. Here's one from Nick in Wanakee. This goes back to what Tausch said at the start of this whole thing. Regarding balls and strikes, baseball needs to develop a severe penalty if the challenging party is wrong. We need to de-incentivize or disincentive challenges for balls that are a tenth of an inch off the plate.
Yeah, I am more than happy with that. I know that's very penal to throw a guy out of the game if they get the challenge wrong. I understand that.
The death penalty.
But I like it because I don't want it to be Tap City USA either. I know there's you only get 2 of them, but I would think that's something I get on board with.
You only get 2 of them, but you get to keep going if you get 15 of them, so be it.
Okay, but so again, we've been inundated. This is really, I will say this: we would have been better off.
Who says we don't talk Brewers?
We would have been better off letting Josh DiMaggio speak on the show than the number of text messages that I have received from him. But he pointed out there was a game with our guy CB calling balls and strikes where he missed 26 calls, and the Red Sox used up their challenges and didn't have them available to them at a critical point in the game. That's punitive there, right? Like, you could put yourself, to Jesse's point and Mike, the wedding DJ, following up, like, if you do this excessively and get it wrong, then you're not going to have it when you really need it, when the game is on the line later, potentially. So I do think being ejected from the game like you committed targeting, while college football, by the way, is moving away from that. Is that right? Or at least missing the next game or whatever?
Yeah, I do believe.
Tausch wants you booted for getting... Not only are you out, but you're out of the game, and you're actually required to drive home afterward, even if it's a road game.
I have one last text I'd like to do as the final one. I think this is the text of the day. Clem in Brownsville. I want to bring ABS into my marriage. Wife says I didn't do something. I just tapped my head instead of defending myself.
Read the rest. Yeah,
Bad take, Jelly, in all caps.
Okay. Tausch, how do you feel about where we've landed here?
I think this is exactly what we thought was going to happen.
I think it's even better than what I thought was going to happen, frankly.
I think Jesse is beaten.
I honestly thought I would have more support.
Of course you did. You get great support and great customer service, and you get Bucky on your card at UW Credit.
Indeed, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for you, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. And, of course, we love talking about that app because it's fantastic. I met the guy that invented it. UW Credit Union's mobile app offers a simple way to check accounts, making transfers, and more. It's a smart play from the pocket. Be like us. Join UW Credit Union today at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
Jesse, thank you for your service.
I feel like Will Smith and iRobot. Like everybody else. Just
I thought you felt like Chris Rock after Will Smith saw him at the Emmys.
I feel like Chris Rock after he did that show at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Brewers baseball is back.
Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair, and gone!
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Now through April 5th, when you spend $50, you get 30% off, and you get 2 free pair of socks with the code SOCKS2. That's socks and the number 2. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today.
Is Wisconsin basketball a blue blood? No. But are they a Cinderella mid-major type school? Absolutely not.
Wisconsin legend Frank Kaminsky on the state of the Badgers in a changing college basketball world. The former National Player of the Year on why Wisconsin shouldn't be seen as a Cinderella.
The Big Ten was a very, very good conference because you go into the tournament, you never know who's going to be the best conference. And Wisconsin was competitive with obviously the best programs in the country this year. So if you want to say it's like a Cinderella type situation if they win a couple games in the tournament, I just think that's a ridiculous thing to say.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
My husband had purchased something at another store. He was very unhappy with the quality of it. We went into Chalmers and just started looking around and kind of got inspired to do something together that was unique for us.
It really isn't any more expensive to do a one-of-a-kind custom piece.
I love it. It's beautiful. I get a lot of compliments on it.
Turned out how I hoped it would.
It really makes me feel good to wear.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out their full lineup of vehicles and find the one that's right for you. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
We have run out of time. The Brewers are next in Madison. Rich Eisen is next in Milwaukee, where you can certainly listen to the Brewers on 620 WTMJ, the flagship of your Milwaukee Brewers. Fun show today. Tausch, when will the next time be that Jesse says something this outlandish that draws this level of feedback?
Well, let's see how the Brewers start. I don't think Jesse's ever going to go down them. I think he is...
Pat Murphy.
I don't think there's going to be any more Murph takes from Gel.
No, there will not.
So I think we're probably good for a while.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thanks to Bryan Bulaga, thanks to Homer, and thanks to you for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN